Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension with Noel, Slamrocket, and Bob Video Games.
I hate saying all of those words, but I'm not marrying you to make it easier, Bob.
And that's the requirement? Good lord.
Look, a marriage of convenience is tempting, but...
Chris Wolfhard.
This is the one where we get divorced.
And Dr. Aggro.
Quick, somebody give me a video game from the 90s.
Here on GigaBoots.
Oh no! They just handed you Mr. Do!
That's probably from the 80s.
Well,
There's
the
enough
Super
52
NES
to one
port
of
came
them.
out in 1996.
96?
That's what I'm told, so same year as the N64, baby.
96?
Yup. What you gonna do?
Why couldn't Nintendo kill that one?
Look,
They
everyone...
killed so many late Super Nintendo games, but they couldn't stop Mr. Do.
First off, no one can stop Mr. Do. We're lucky
Oh
that he
God!
went
In
dormant.
PAL regions, it was 1997.
What?
So the tail end of the Super NES, I don't know how many people remember this. Towards the tail end of the Super NES, they just kept like porting arcade games to the Super Nintendo. So there's like that Williams arcade thing where it's like, hey kid, you want to play Defender? How about Joust? And I thought it was cool. I probably wouldn't have thought it was that cool if I bought it with money. I'd have been like, man, I could have bought like a normal, fully developed console video game instead of a collection of arcade games. Hey, chat. Check this out. I got shirt technology. Wall. Amazing. Please clap. Anyways. Chris, you threatened me. What was I saying? What even led to Chris threatening me with this drink?
Oh, you were saying something about always being hungry, and I said, "Oh, I have a beverage that will cure you of your hunger."
And I was like, just fucking go ahead.
And it actually will not cure you of your hunger, but will prevent you from getting hungry after you eat.
Okay.
Okay, so I drink this once a day.
Really?
First, you take your protein shaker.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You could probably do this with G Fuel as well. I haven't done it with G Fuel yet, though. You put in a packet of Crystal Light, one of those on-the-go packets for a water bottle.
Okay, I'm not liking the start, but sure.
You need something strong because one of the ingredients has a lot of stank on it.
Oh my god, this is a nightmarish beginning, and you've only technically listed one ingredient.
Second, and you could stop with this one. This is the important one for satiety.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You put in 10 grams of psyllium husk powder.
All right.
Oh.
Psyllium husk powder is it's basically Metamucil.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And it forms like a protective gel inside your stomach that slows your body's absorption of your food so you stay fuller for longer. It is actually the exact same way that Ozempic works, except Ozempic is a drug that causes it to happen much more intensely.
Uh-huh.
And then because I have to take other things, I have my creatine and collagen in that drink. You have to drink it fast, though. You have to drink it fast because psyllium husk powder is powerful. You will be drinking applesauce if you don't drink it down fast.
Jesus. This sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, that sounds fucking terrible, Chris.
Hey, you want to not be hungry or not?
Not that bad, I don't think. I didn't have to regularly drink psyllium husk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Really good. It's really good for your heart, though.
Is it?
Yeah, because it has a lot of soluble fiber, specifically soluble, which like the keto baked goods do not. They have insoluble fiber. So it lowers your cholesterol. It also lowers your blood sugar.
It better if the goal is to fucking keep me level there with the hunger. Better not do the opposite ever. Hey, you know about AG1, right? The fucking like powder you mix into your water to make a green drink, and the YouTuber fitness influencers are all like, "Oh, I drink it every day. It makes me so healthy. It's so good. You should buy it. It's $100 fucking dollars."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You can get like 100 doses of all those things I just mentioned for $10 each on Amazon.
Yeah. Well, anyways, what I was gonna say is normally they use like fitness influencers and stuff to shill that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They've now resorted to Hugh Jackman. They had a commercial with Hugh Jackman.
What?
They've run out of fitness YouTubers, so now they need to hit the mainstream with like real celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
So the fucking Hugh Jackman commercial has, quote, Hugh Jackman's neighbors in it watching as he makes the drink and stuff. And I was watching it muted at the gym, and I'm just like, man, that's the point they've gotten to now. Just like, we ran out of other people. Call Hugh Jackman.
Or they just made so much money from those other people that they can finally afford Hugh Jackman.
I mean, they definitely made bank. That's for fucking sure. God. $100 fucking dollars for a bag. Anyway.
That's crazy.
So I hit the limits of the incline on the treadmill at the gym. There's no more intense. That's it. I did an hour and 10 minutes basically at the peak of incline, which is 15%. And then for the last bit, I did the 15%. At a certain point, I'm going to normalize only doing the 15% the whole way through. And then sadly, the only thing that will be left to me is to actually run or jog or walk incredibly fast for an hour straight.
Uh-huh.
I don't like that, Bob. You know what that means, right?
What's that?
That means I'm moving on to squats soon, and I'm scared. I fucking hate squats. They're terrible. And then there's the fucking bar with the weights on it where you're supposed to hold that up in front of you with your hands in front and then squat while holding it. It's like a front squat, weighted lift. Ugh. Great. God, that's yeah. Anyways, went to the gym again. The gym is nice, except for that part where it plays Fox News. And if you're a friend of mine and you stream while I'm at the gym, know that you saved my life. Oh my fucking God. I hate everything on every TV at the gym. When Stephen Colbert doing his talk show is far and away the best thing you can look at across the 16 televisions,
Yep.
you're in a dire spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, keeping up with shit that isn't video games. Lucky you, we're front loading it this week. We're not just doing it in the middle. I got the griddle set up.
Ooh.
I seasoned it. It's all set up now. It's very fancy looking. And fun fact, let's see. It is in fact going to be the background of the stream now.
Incredible.
So there we go. We got that going on.
Now chat can be as anguished as me over the popped decking. Oh no, they can't see it. Oh
Yeah,
no,
you
it's
hidden
behind
it.
Noel.
I'm sorry. I can. Is this?
They'll just have to notice how
I'll place it just right to be between me and Bob.
Yeah, they're
that's some pretty shoddy brickwork.
No, it's rustic and authentic.
Yeah, exactly, aggro. Exactly.
I'm not a fan of any kind of brick or block walls because I've never seen one I couldn't physically push over.
Really?
Yeah, most block or brick fences are not made well, and you can just kind of put your hands on the top and rock back and forth, and they will go over.
Even with the fucking like cement paste or whatever in between the bricks?
A lot of people are bad at applying that correctly.
No way.
Or they don't apply it correctly at the bottom.
This actually does feel solid, at least.
It does, thank God.
Yeah, I might just like I'm in Hoosierville, so so it might just be that all these people did it themselves and didn't know how.
So I didn't have a sufficient light for this. So what I went to Home Depot and got, you can see it in the upper right here, these $20 lights that have a solar panel on them that output 2,200 nits for 2 hours. And it just has a little hinge. And if we had anything metal above us, it's magnetic and it could have just slapped to that. But we don't. And it also has thread mounts and stuff like that. Sure is different at that Home Depot compared to when we started making internet videos when YouTube first started. They have they have tripods over there for the electronic lights. I was like, what the fuck?
It's very different. No shop light sitting on the ground anymore.
No.
You don't need to settle for that.
Hot.
No.
Yes, with the halogen in it.
Making the room into a fucking literal oven.
Yeah,
I fucking hate shop lights. I refuse to use them.
Our human easy bake oven.
Yes.
God, Home Depot pisses me off so much these days.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Because they have so much shit in the middle of the main aisles. It's like, you sell lumber. I have a 16-foot piece of siding on this cart. How am I supposed to get it around? Did you think I was going to impulse buy a case of Mexican Coke at Home Depot?
Wow. It's funny because our Home Depot has the lumber section, and that's all one big aisle that leads straight to the register. So you don't even need to worry about going through aisles.
Yeah, we have that. Like, we have that too, but there's more lumber on both sides of it.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
Yeah, I assume yours is probably larger, so it's all just one aisle.
But yeah, no, for people who don't remember, the way I was making burgers during the burger arc was on a griddle plate you stick on a stovetop burner. And it was 2 burners wide. I made burgers on this thing once, this outdoor griddle using propane tank and 2 burners. It's a Blackstone. My God, did they come out drastically faster and better. Holy shit. This thing has like 3 times the surface area. And since it's a full fucking griddle with fucking propane gas igniting underneath it, it didn't drop the temperature at all. So both sides of the patty cooked quickly and well. And holy shit. So thank you everyone for the support. I'm going to use this every day to make pancakes and burgers and then die of heart disease.
Right.
The first thing we cooked on it was thick cup maple bacon that was like peppered, and Jesus Christ, the smell. We could put the whole package down easily. It was fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. This is the first time that I've ever cooked something outdoors.
Yeah, and I guess it's the first time because you never worked a foods job where you got to use one of those.
No, I did.
Okay.
My first job. I was fucking 15, 14.
You were there so shortly, I didn't know if you actually got to use it.
Oh, I did. It sucked. It sucked shit. Yeah. That was in the middle of them breaking every child labor law in the book.
Of course.
Yeah, I think I was 15. Anyway. Yeah. No, it's very effective. There's a reason that really good griddle YouTuber, who I can't remember the name of right now, used to be like the head cook at like an establishment that used that sort of thing, and he's just like natural transition.
What wasn't it, Huddle House or something?
No, it was a little bit better than a Huddle House. It was something else.
Okay,
but yeah, he quit doing that and eventually just became a griddle YouTuber, which is fucking cool. That's awesome. Yeah, this thing's fucking great. It's so nice. I have no idea how long a propane tank lasts. I've never, ever known anyone who used it regularly. God, I hope it doesn't go that fast. But yeah, it took us end to end cooking all 3 burgers, double patties for each of us, and all the bacon, and toasting the buns and everything 12 minutes.
That was without the bacon. The
That was
bacon
with
on its
oats.
own was like 7 minutes
Oh, okay.
because bacon just takes a long while compared to everything else.
So
It does if you do it right.
one might argue we overcooked the bacon.
We definitely did.
Yes.
That's how you do it right.
Yeah. But yeah, I this was really nice. I really like how effective it is, and the best thing about this is me making smash burgers isn't getting grease on the fucking stove.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if you look at this image carefully, and I'm not too worried about it because it's like a linoleum thing. Like, what did you say? Vinyl? Yeah, it's vinyl flooring here. You could see where we seasoned it the first time before I moved it into the corner. And that's a lot of avocado oil, but I'm sure it'll rain off, and it doesn't rain off. I'm sure the lightest hosing or whatever will get it off completely. But yeah, no, it's really fucking good. It makes me upset that, of course, like, most people don't live it. I would argue most people don't live in a situation where they can have something like this, because you have to have a backyard in order to do this, basically. You could technically do it in your front yard.
I've always figured that to be a power move.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you do that. You got to wear the tank top, no shirt.
Oh,
It has to be the tank top
of course.
/ wife beater, and you got to have a beer in your hand.
I'm
Are
doing
you
this.
required to give burgers to anyone who comes up to you, though?
I'm
No.
doing this 3 years after starting HRT, so I just braless, boobs hanging out with a wife beater, just drinking a beer, staring at anyone who walks by. You're like, you want a burger? This is my life now. This is.
That's how you build strong communities.
It's true. It's true. God.
I guess this would also be good for grilling hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that in a pan, but you split them and then you put them on the grill with a weight. And you just fold them back together to put in the bun. It's real good.
Man, yeah, so I don't know. I saw a video from a dude on YouTube who's like, by the way, I learned this from food service. If you want to make pancakes evenly and quickly, just make the fucking batter inside of one of those generic condiment bottles with the squeeze tip and just squeeze it directly onto the griddle.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, that's fucking brilliant. I should do that sometime.
Yeah, you can even make it right in the bottle.
Right, that's what he was talking about.
Yep.
You just put the dry ingredients in first, then the wet, and then shake the hell out of it.
You can even buy a special thing for that.
Oh yeah.
That's like they're usually like $15. It's like a big jug with a handle, and it has like a trigger, and you pull the trigger and like the thing in the bottom
those.
opens.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's just a cock gun.
I was thinking he was talking about Bisquick sells like
Yeah, they
handled
sell.
bottles like that are like half full of mix, and you just
Yeah, shake and
that's
pour.
right. That's right. I was thinking about experimenting with different flours and things. So I am interested in checking that out. Thank you, because the chat making jokes, I now finally understood Bob said cock gun as a cock for a house.
Caulking.
Yes,
Yeah.
as in caulking. I was like, did he say cuck or? I actually did not. I was not sure what you said. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've seen that. Those are actually pretty cool too because they're really metal and shiny. And I'm like, ooh, the pancake must be better because it came from a shiny thing.
Yeah, they make metal versions of that thing I just mentioned too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know what the fuck they call that, but it is pretty good. But yeah, I was thinking about that and experimenting with different flour types and stuff, like oat flour and banana pancakes, figuring it all out, you know. This thing heats
Basically
up
the same thing as a gravy separator.
I don't know what that is. How does that work?
It's a thing that lets you strain the gravy
I've never seen this. I'm looking it up right
and
now.
separate it from the fat.
Oh, this thing. Huh? No, I've not seen this before.
I'm sorry. I know this is really stupid. Sir, Sir, please, your tea kettle, it's peeing. It's peeing, sir. That's cool as hell. Yeah, I have seen this sort of thing used in a food YouTube video. You let it settle, and then you drain out the non-fat parts of it first, and then the moment you're hitting the bottom there, you let go of the button, and it cuts it off. Right. Yeah. Those are really neat. I can't remember what... Because I don't think it was gravy. I think they were using it for something else for some reason, but I can't remember what. Yeah. Anyway, this thing gets up to heat so fucking fast. It's so much faster than a stovetop that I'm like, I may just really get into pancakes on this fucking thing. It might be the fastest breakfast option. If
That's the upside to gas powered cooking devices. They get up to heat fucking instantly.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
I sit here and wonder, like, again, how long is that fucking thing gonna last? Because luckily you can at least return the propane tank for a full one, and it's not the full price again, but Jesus Christ. And two, how quickly I will die by eating pancakes every morning. Obviously, we'll just have to do the science. What were we going to talk? Oh, right. So while I was across the road getting a couple vegetables in between podcasts, so that way the first post-podcast day smash burgering could go successfully, I picked up a clearance donut from the Walmart. It is dual filled, they say.
Yep.
It has Bavarian cream and chocolate filling.
And they're like segregated.
Yep.
Yeah. And the weirdest part is, like, the two halves of the donut don't look different. So I guess I just bite and find out which end I'm on and then mysteriously keep going until it changes flavors. As you can see, it was $1.40. I thought for that much, it would be worth the value of checking it out while we're doing Big Think. At some point in the middle of Big Think, I have this sitting on a plate next to me. But I'm glad I posted this image. It just barely contains this. So, Bob, I wrote a note for Chuggy Bleach because I couldn't find my notepad. My neat little cute notepad. I couldn't find it. I wrote a note for Chugging Bleach, or a couple notes, on this sticky note and slapped it on this armrest, this wrist rest.
Yeah.
Bob, the entire sticky note's back is sticky, unlike most sticky notes. It ripped off all of the outer coating of the wrist pad on the section it was on.
What?
It's just fucking...
I know that thing's falling apart, but come on.
Yeah, it's getting bullied by a fucking sticky note. So anyway, that was before me removing it, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Imagine the backside of a sticky note where, I don't know, 2/3 of it is covered in flaky black plastic.
So I didn't know they made sticky notes where the whole back was sticky. That's insane.
Yeah, they do that so you can, like, make sure it stays on the side of, say, a plastic container or some other surface you would want it to stay on, not like paper. But I didn't realize that's what I had grabbed from the stack. I thought it was a normal sticky note because I have a shitload of them in my room. And these had a pretty texture on them, and they were green, almost kind of the same green as my shirt, but too lime to be the same green. And oops, I just fucking shaved my wrist rest.
10 for why you need a new keyboard.
No, I really do need a new keyboard. It double types letters all the time. I'm sure anyone who's seen me write in the fucking Discord has seen a double letter typo from me. Ugh. Someday I'll replace this keyboard. I'll do it. Anyway, the griddle's great. Thank you, everyone, for the support. I'm incredibly blessed to be able to cook with this thing. Now I have to fight for my life to never move to a place that doesn't have a backyard ever again. Sweet fucking God. It's so convenient. I think that's it for random food talk. We tried those chips on Friday. God. What was the supposed flavor of yours, Bob? Ultimate Parmesan what?
Ultimate garlic parmesan, yeah, I think.
It was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it didn't really taste much like garlic or Parmesan. It was really just super weak.
It didn't taste like Parmesan, garlic, or Ultimate. It tasted like nothing. I was so upset. The stupid Doritos. These are Doritos we're talking about.
They were Doritos,
Ugh.
I think, a flavor exclusive to Sam's Club, as far as I could tell.
Oh, cool. Kind of learning something about flavors exclusive to Sam's Club today, but okay. I mean, I need to go back and get those beef tallow potato chips sometime.
Yeah, those were really good.
Those are fucking excellent. Anyway, do we dare talk about video games? No.
Yes, we could.
So I have a thermos. I have like a
Okay.
48 ounce or 64 ounce thermos, and I'm trying to replace it with a shorter one because it is just slightly too tall for every soda fountain in my city. And for people who don't know, soda fountain soda from a thermos is a heavenly gift because it's ice fucking cold when you drink it, and it's beautiful. But here's the problem. I looked online for thermoses, okay? And like, the best I can do is half an inch shorter. And this is not cheap. It's like $36. It's really pretty. It's like this beautiful, like, purple fucking thermos situation. But it's only half an inch shorter. So I'm terrified I'm going to spend $36 on this, and it's going to arrive, and it's going to be like, I am also too tall.
Right.
And that would be really, really stupid. That would be almost as stupid as this fucking product photo where they like edited the thermos to both be on the table and his hand, because that means this man's hand is over a foot long.
I didn't want people to think I didn't own a fork.
Come on. Yeah, product photos are so bad these days.
You should just get one of those giant ignorant soda mugs.
Giant ignorant soda mugs.
Yeah, that they sell at gas stations. They're insulated. They're 64 ounces. I don't know. They might have been legally barred from selling these at gas stations at some
think
point.
I've seen it around. My problem is that I really want the thermos layer of this. You know, I want the double
These are
wall,
insulated.
triple. Are they good enough?
They have like inch thick walls from what I remember. Maybe I was small, so maybe it's half an inch.
Anyways, I want this one. Can you guess why? Purple.
The innovative hinging spout design.
That's yes, of course. It's incredible the technology they've
The
got.
extra wide mouth to accommodate hard-boiled eggs.
Fucking. I lift my tumbler and you hear just eggs cracking in there.
Look, just get the 52 ounce Bubba mug.
52 ounce Bubba mug.
What is this?
See, I really slept on it. I should have gotten that Alabama girl thermos.
That would have been bad anyway.
It would have been terrible, but it would be a funny gimmick cup to drink from on stream.
Absolutely.
I really wanted it. But then it would have been 1 second. I'm typing in 52 Bubba mug.
Oh
my god.
Yeah.
I should show the classic. I should show the other ones. I should show the classic. Bubba mug. Okay.
Also great for iced coffee.
Oh, wow. I can make my own Dunkin' Donuts 48 ounce jug of coffee. Neat. Who needs them to limited time only sell me 48 ounces of coffee when I can make my own? This is tacky as hell, Chris. The aesthetics of this are rock bottom.
The other ones are more modern looking.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's an ignorant look for an ignorant thing.
Hey, wait a second. What's ignorant about enjoying a good fountain soda? My kidneys are fine.
You could like morph into the whitest woman possible and get a Yeti cup.
1 second. 1 second. I'm pulling up one of the more modern designs of this shit. Yes, Windows. Yeah, I mean that's classier, but it's so vibrant and in an
It is.
unpleasant way.
There are different colors. I posted one in there.
Oh yeah?
Oh, there's like a very diva coated one.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to post the diva coded one.
I put it in there.
Oh, is that the diva coded one? Okay, one moment. Oh, there is another. I mean, the diva colors are good colors. I'm gonna have to look up information on these Bubba mugs and whether or not they have the proper amount of insulation layers and whatnot.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna hear one more Windows sound, and for that I apologize. There, we're done. Boom. Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, it is. Good lord.
Yeah, no, that'd be fine. I mean, the handle looks gaudy as hell.
Yes.
And from a materials angle, looks like it'll suck, but it looks possibly short enough. Maybe. Possibly. Here, we'll just... Let's get rid of this guy. There we go. Put it next to...
Leave it on a deck.
Yeah, I'm just leaving it next to the griddle. To scale.
God. Could you imagine?
Yes, I can. And I dream of it.
Just the physics of lifting that one-handed.
Yeah,
the
just
leverage.
awesome.
Just imagining Noel somehow being like, "Did you know they sell Coca-Cola in kegs?" I didn't know that, but I got them.
I got one for Friday. Noelle's not feeling good enough to stream. She drank the whole thing last night. She looks like a water balloon.
It's Coke Zero, so any amount of it is healthy.
Okay, did you know a soda could be hydrating?
Actually, all sodas are hydrating. The effects of caffeine actually is basically nothing. Like on the diuretic angle.
Yeah, I mean, any liquid you drink, it's like, oh, that'll actually dehydrate you. No. Coffee will not do that to you.
But as
any liquid that's
CTE
mostly
man,
water.
as CTE man explains to you in that YouTube short, you'd have to drink 3,800 cans of diet soda for the contents of it to do something to you. Negative.
That is true. The part where he says it doesn't spike your blood sugar is incorrect, but that part is absolutely true. Artificial sweeteners do spike your blood sugar slightly, as it turns out, because your body is expecting that. And then you get a crash out where you get hungrier afterwards because you didn't have any calories. I really love this description of this Bubba mug, Bob, on Target's website. They have the highlights, the details filled out by the manufacturer. You ready for this?
Okay.
52-ounce capacity. Thirst doesn't stand a chance.
They're only 32 ounces? I don't know about that.
Oh, 52 ounces.
Oh, 52. Yeah, okay. That'll do it.
The good news is this is significantly shorter than my current one. So if I got this, it would fit under the soda fountain.
Oh,
Okay.
let's go.
I might actually. That purple one's pretty good.
I drank 52 ounces of Gatorade yesterday, and that was a lot.
Yeah, that's a shitload of Gatorade. I don't know if I could drink 52 ounces of Gatorade.
I had been
Soda.
outside in the sun for a while.
Oh, yeah, that would okay,
yeah.
no, then that would be refreshing. Okay, so I always bring a full water thermos to the gym because I have filtered water jugs. I fill at like filling stations at grocery stores. And I bring a full thermos of water to the gym because I'm usually there for like 2+ hours or whatever. But I'm a really thirsty bitch. So I go through that in the first hour and 10, hour and 20, and then I don't have anything. So then I have to fill it with the Huntsville water from the fountain there.
Oof.
And that is a brutal situation to be in, to have to confront the chasm between filtered water and Alabama City water. It's not great. I'm already going through a lot. I'm at the gym. I'm already struggling. But yeah, no. Sulfuric is a very good description, Ixtico. I feel like
that's rough. The worst we get here is a little bit of water taste if you don't have a iron taste if you don't have a water softener. But yeah, in some places in America, it's really like the Goonies. Remember the Goonies, where she's like, "It's wet, ain't it? Drink it."
I haven't seen the Goonies.
No, that's gonna be a blessed contender at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I got it so that way I can play the NES game. It's called
And the sequel.
Yeah, it's Goonies 2.
Have they done a fucking Goonies revival? How have they not if they haven't?
Feels like they threatened to do one.
They tried to get that one actor back, and he's like, "I'm Thanos now." And they're like, "We know you played Thanos." And he's like, "No, I'm Thanos now."
It's in the works.
Shut
with
up.
Steven Spielberg involved.
Of course.
Fuck off. Ugh.
Of course.
God
They made that Star Wars show that was basically trying to be the Goonies.
Oh yeah, they did do that.
Someone in chat says, "Wouldn't everyone be 30 plus? You're very funny." I don't think the youngest actor in that movie would only be 30 plus.
Yeah, you see, did you see that guy who was in...
I have some deeply unfortunate news. The Goonies is 40 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, did you see the
41
actor?
actually.
It was in Everything Everywhere All at Once. He's a little over 30.
Look, I understand. You don't know how long it's been, but the important thing is that you do your stretches and you stay hydrated. Have you seen a doctor recently? Talk to them. Make sure your blood pressure's good, you know? Don't be like me eating smash burgers and pancakes every day until you're dead. Because you ate smash burgers and pancakes every day. Cause of death. You just wrote Blackstone Griddle here. Bob, the Diva color is great.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. Let's talk about its name, though. They called it Ocean Energy.
Oh,
Aggro,
did they?
do you get an Ocean Energy vibe from that Bubba mug?
Like, in a direct reading, no, but that mug called Ocean Energy makes it look like a Destiny weapon.
That's true. I bought it from
see
Zur.
it from that angle.
I bought it from Zur. He was at the corner.
See what I would call that color palette is skating rink carpet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bowling alley wallpaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's just having lived in Florida my whole life, I don't look at that and think Ocean Energy.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah. They have one that's almost what I would describe as Ocean Energy, but it's not quite there either. It feels like two of the different colors, if they mixed and matched the handles and the rest of it, they could make the perfect Destin Florida cup.
I was like, maybe we're too tainted by Emerald Coast propaganda, and we're like, it's got to be Emerald Coast colors.
Are you saying that if we were Californian, this would hit?
Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe.
I'm skeptical. You live too close to the ocean. I agreed. That's why I don't anymore. Property values also agrees. Anyways, we're done with the bullshit part of this podcast. It's time to talk about video games. I completely, true ending and everything, beat Saros, which is a word, by the way, not just a proper noun. It's a real word that means a thing. And Bob also played Saros.
Mm-hmm.
Because I gave it to him and said, play this, fucker.
Good enough reason.
Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Oh, what's up, Chris?
What's up, Chris?
I needed to ask. So I watched the first cutscene of Saros, pretty much, like the first story thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, I want to meet that woman again. Is the plot of that game just
well, I can't.
I was a creep and have to get over it? Is that the entire plot of that game?
Why would I spoil the plot of Saros for people who haven't played it yet?
Is there a needle drop? That's
No.
what I want to know.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
Ooh,
sorry.
That was the funniest part of Returnal.
I
How
know.
dare you not do it again?
I know. I
That
told
was
Bob,
delightful hacky.
I told Bob I actually waited the whole game for a needle drop that'd make me clap and laugh.
Uh-huh. I joked that it should have been the song from Night at the Roxbury's.
What is love? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But Bob, you've been playing Saros. What are your thoughts? How's it going?
I hate this game a lot. I feel like lied to that they didn't call it Returnal 2. It's just Returnal again in every way imaginable. I don't know how it took them 6 years to make this, or 5.
Yeah, it took them 5, yeah.
This is mostly the same rooms. These are the same enemies. I have basically the same level of guns. This is a nightmare.
I disagree with Bob on everything he just said.
But yeah, if you didn't like the first game, which this is Returnal 2.
Yes,
you will not like this.
They should have just labeled it Returnal 2, but then people would have expected
stupid plot.
Is it going to come out that like they had been trapped in a service thing that got canceled and they had to make this? Like this was all they could make in an even remotely fast time frame?
Well, they scaled up the studio to make this game. And there's a lot more asset in this game. There's more levels and more other stuff than there is in Returnal by a decent bit. I think it was just we took a really small studio and made it larger. And also, you know, integration of Sony narrative elements, I'm sure, are not a free thing to do, no matter how much the writing is externalized.
I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of those Sony writers.
I am too. It's fucking terrible. I don't think there's a single person who could come out of this game being like, wow, that was a delightful plot.
It's so bad that I'm like, God of War Ragnarok is like the only Sony game I'd give a 9. If you have those people writing on that Faye game, nah.
I forgot that was the name of the character from God of War.
Oh yeah, me too.
I was thinking of Fae creatures, and I'm like, they announced a game about Fae creatures? That's cool. That seems neat. But yeah.
I also don't think they actually learned anything for, hey, we made a rogue light this time. That means that there's the progression between runs. And all that kind of sucks. It's all just straight up, you increase numbers of things. You don't get to actually choose the way your run's going to be at all.
Wait, so it's just like you just unlock more guns that can show up or more buffs that can show up?
No, you don't get those.
Playing through the game unlocks more guns.
So what is your progression system?
You increase base stats.
You grease.
Okay, that's something.
Yeah, basically you're increasing two things. You're increasing your level, which means fancier. So as you do a run, your level on the run increases, which means fancier and more powerful guns can drop. But the core stats of the gun are powered by your stats yourself. So by upgrading your stats, you are making the guns perform better on your run. So those two things, and then things like re-roll an item you picked up or get a key to unlock a gate are not all.
Okay, that's about what I would expect from this kind of thing.
There's also stuff later on that keys into abilities where you can make them more performant and effective when you execute them. But that's a much later thing. And honestly, I kind of felt bad that I talked about all of the mechanics as much as I did last week.
Yeah, it's just like the last one where it's like, okay, what gun do you use? Whatever it drops, whatever has the highest number, you have to pick up basically. So it's kind of your run is entirely determined by them.
I didn't think of like the light level element of it.
You don't have to pick up the highest number thing. That's not even usually the best thing to do because the different stats pull from your different stats. So you could pick up a higher level gun with the same amount of effects as your gun, but since the 3 stats aren't keying into the correct stats on you, it wouldn't even be better. You can get a gun that's like level 14, same type of gun, but it's not aligned to your stats, so it would be a worse gun. So you don't always want to pick up the higher level gun.
Well, then that just means you're waiting out until they drop a higher level gun that is your stat aligned.
It could be that you could have min-maxed into one stat on that run or in your skill tree, and then you would end up in that situation. If you upgraded your stats evenly and didn't want to gamble that, you wouldn't end up there as often. But there are also a lot of different effects that can change how the gun operates. And while I'm not going to say they're as strong and divergent as they could be, there is definitely a situation where different stats would make a gun make more sense. So it's not always picking up the highest level gun, but I do agree to some extent of what you're saying.
And I also just like the way the stats work in general, because it's just a bunch of like nitpicking, like, oh, this stat goes up 2, this one goes down 3 when I pick up this one adjustment. I'm like, I don't really want to think about that. I want to think about, is this good? And not the only options I have when I find a pickup in this game are take it or don't.
Yeah. Until you get redraws, yes. Yeah.
Yes. And then it's like, oh, I redrew it. And it's another thing that's like +2, -1. I'm like, great. That's not exciting to me. I feel like every single pick 3 game has a better setup for this. They really made the most unfun thing they could to me.
Sorry about that. I should have muted my mic. I'm not used to using a plastic straw.
And I felt like that trigger pull down thing to do the ultra shot is a neat idea. But I was scouring through menus to find a way to just have it so I could just toggle between the 2 modes. Because a lot of guns, it's just like, oh, I'd rather use that mode on this.
Oh, you're saying, right. You would rather have your default shot be the other type.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying, yeah.
It's really frustrating. I'm like, you kind of overcomplicated this for basically no gain. It's a neat idea.
If that toggle existed, I want it to exist per gun. Because different guns, like for the shotgun, you're going to shoot a wide spread normally, and then a more focused shot or a grenade with the slightly pulling L2. Like, it's a really different thing on different guns.
It is. Like, I got that grenade gun, and I was like, I want to just always be doing this, so I'm just holding this all the time. Or with the pistol, they made it so where I can actually pull the trigger as fast as I shoot, I have to hold the other trigger to do that. I'm like,
it's true.
This is just a nuisance.
Yeah, because each one of these is conceptualized and in the game mechanically an aim down sights mechanic. Like, it zooms in the camera more, and your aiming slightly changes.
Right, and you move a little bit slower, I think.
Yeah, it's true.
But
you can't run while doing those.
Right, it's such a weird thing to me when, like, you have this incredibly heavy auto aim. It feels unnecessary. And then there's some games some guns that take the auto aim away, and I'm just like, well, I never want to use those. So
yeah, I thought so there are some that I could see working out without the auto aim, but one thing's for sure, the fucking pistol without the auto aim, where it's like, it does really great damage to their weak spot. I'm like, cool, I'm trying to kill a boss. Do you know what a boss fight looks like? I'm not doing precision shots with a fucking pistol in the middle of a boss fight.
No.
So I ended up not doing that, yeah.
Do you ever get to do 2 dashes in a row?
No.
Okay, that's what I figured. It feels like so many things there's direct holdovers from Returnal. Like, you'll never get a double jump, I bet. You'll never get that. I feel like just basic movement doesn't feel good enough in this game for me to want to do those things without having something like this. And they've made areas so big, and there's so much just downtime of like, I gotta run through the same thing I've seen 100 times. Yeah. Genuinely, I have disliked this game more than most games I've played recently. Like, this is the worst game I've played this year.
Wow. That's impressive.
I would honestly rate it like a 1 or 2 if I had to rate it right now. Like, I hate every angle of it.
But Bob,
I don't enjoy a single thing.
You don't look forward to the next plot reveal?
Oh, I honestly thought those would be the worst part. And then I played the rest and was like, I don't like any of this. Jesus.
That's really funny. I said enough last week. I talked for nearly 20, 25 minutes, but I fucking adore this game. What's up, Bob?
They even introduced things way too slow. Like, I suck at this game, but it shouldn't take me like 10 hours to unlock a parry. Like, I need to have more abilities than what they give me. And the parry was the first thing that was like, oh, this is actually kind of interesting, fun to pull off. And then I got hit while I was doing the parry on something. I was like, oh, you made it wrong. Thanks.
I'm trying to think how long it took me. I don't feel like it took me 10, but it is a chunk into the game. That is true.
Yeah, like I said, I got stuck pretty hard on that place that looks like from the Matrix, where they're underground inside the machine world.
Yeah. You got stuck there?
Yeah, for a bit.
Oh wow.
I kept doing runs, and then it'd be like, yeah, now you have to go through the whole place again on the Eclipse mode, and I'm like, I hate going through that because then every single pickup's bad.
Yeah, you can do the first. Mild spoilers for the second level of the game. You can do the first route without the Eclipse, and then you just do the second half in the Eclipse, and then you fight the boss.
Yeah, no, and I kept getting the boss within like 2 hits of killing him, and then getting cheap shots from something just off screen. Which is something that typically happens in this game. I was just like, man, what if I had a robot daughter who told me, hey, there's one shooting you from behind or something?
So the entire floor in that room causes jets of fire to come up from them when you touch them. Mm-hmm. And then they're in between waves where it summons turrets. There shouldn't be an enemy firing at you from behind during that part, I think.
Yeah, I guess that's more what I die usually in this game. But in that fight scene, it's more like I get hit by one of the random rings of energy coming out because I only hit one dash. And it's like, well, I dashed in the wrong direction. It's over.
I could see that, yeah. It's
really funny that the one Asian guy on the team's like, I love the color yellow.
I don't think they thought about it that much, but when Spiff was around it, I'm like, I can't wait till you figure out why he's Asian, Bob. And Spiff and Bob both go, bah! Chat. No. I'm gonna play the spoiler music real quick for the mild plot spoiler.
You never want to hear that a game has a reveal about why someone is Asian.
No.
See, he's spiritually in touch. That's why he's Asian, chat.
Oh, fuck off! We're back to fucking 90s Power Rangers where they have to have Tommy have a Native American backstory so he can go on a fucking vision quest. Fuck off!
I don't know. That's pretty raw compared to this fucking song.
You're right. God.
Oh,
yeah, I can easily imagine the original Prey being cooler.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off the spoiler. Anyways, do they not realize how bad that comes off? The Sony narrative team must be a highly insulated unit within the Sony hierarchy. They must be excised. They're a goddamn tumor.
God, yeah. I certainly hope it's that. I really do, but these two games having like the exact same kind of story, like, do they just really, really want to do this exact thing?
Or maybe that team has existed since the PS5 launched.
Right.
Oh yeah.
No. It's very possible that they were that deep in it, but I'm like, they have to have had some notes for like what they wanted to make as a studio from a story angle.
It might be like the MCU movies where the directors are like, yeah, we don't really have a whole lot to do. Disney decides everything.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bob. As much as I'd love to entertain that and allow you to blame Housemarque, after playing Lost Soulslide, there's a 0% chance that they are consistent in what they write and how it sucks. It is terrible. And it's like you can see a little bit of it in the other Sony games, like the ones that have real studios behind them that are big boys.
Right.
But like, it feels like with these projects, these like lower budget studios, they're helping out biggest scare quotes possible. like they definitely, like, Sony feels like they get a much bigger push of like, this is what we think would make this really fucking cool. And it's like, no, that's actually fucking groan inducing and sucks. And there are no memorable characters and you should stop.
Yeah, now that even journalists are like being like, why do you guys do this for every game?
Uh-huh.
For some reason, like, big companies will only notice when media people start talking about, like, no amount of other people saying it will matter.
Yeah. No, it's
but hopefully this will be like, maybe we shouldn't have do this.
It's you want to believe that reviewers had no influence on games, but they made Square Enix like terrified of being a JRPG studio. And
we got that they came out like last year or maybe 2024 where Sonic Team was like, yeah, like Western reviewers hated when we put vocal songs in it, so we stopped doing that.
Yeah. It's insane how bad of an influence they can have.
Yeah, I always have to tell people this because you nowadays you get people like shaking their fist at studios doing what the fans want. And it's like they always did what somebody wanted, so it's not worse, it's just different.
So you shipping that to aggro?
Sure.
Okay. I was like, are you still playing it?
No, I can't.
You're not gonna...
I got to the swamp you talked about last week, and that's...
Yeah, I think that's level 3, right?
I think it's the 5th one on the selector you get.
Oh yeah, because you technically go through an area to the swamp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I think it's the 4th.
Yeah, that part of the game was really weirdly connected of like, okay, you did that run, now warp back to base, now warp back out. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then that's the thing I was kind of implying last week, but I didn't want to do it that soon after the game came out, where there are things that will hard stop a run. And so the next area and things like that are just hard balanced for the idea of you start from there. So that's what makes this really different from Returnal. Returnal makes you do 3 whole fucking areas in a row to beat the game. Or even chunks of the game. And it's maddening. It's like I'm a freak and I'm sitting here until it's done, but your average person doesn't have 3 fucking hours or whatever to dump into one run without a save function. Which this one of the things they get upfront about is like, oh, there's a save function. Don't worry. If you're not in a boss fight, it'll save. Don't worry about it. I'm like, what? Okay, cool. Yeah.
But from my experience, the runs have been around 25 minutes to 40 minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense because I think each area is about 22 or 25 minutes long. Thereabout. Shade P-Man in chat says, so Bob hates Saros, but Noel likes it. No. You have this extremely diluted. Bob fucking loathes Saros, and I fucking love it.
I cannot wait for this to be the most mid video game I have ever played.
I think it is
shockingly
aggressively
likely.
mid, and that offends me.
Aggro's like, I give it exactly a 5. And I'm like, Chris, you have to play it now. We have a 1, a 10, and a 5.
Chris is like, I give it the other 5.
Yeah. The fucked up thing is that Bob feels this way, and the game didn't glitch and never give him any weapons the way Returnal did.
Right. It's truly that design ethos of Returnal again that has upset me this much. Of like, I've done this before. You didn't fix anything I didn't like. Not even one thing.
That's why I'm excited.
now
I
you
loved Returnal, and I'm like, man, wouldn't it be great if you would give me a gun to play this fucking game with?
Yeah.
I think
And
that
now you
all
don't even have the
funny.
funny Fear the Reaper needle drop coming.
Right. But yeah, I think that it's really weird that we ended up with such a less cool main character. Like, I don't even think Returnal Lady was great, but she was interesting. I think that this guy in the new one is just the most boring character design they could have done. Like, they make him look, they're trying to make him cool, and they just landed on just nothing.
I'm not even sure if he's supposed to be cool. Like, being perfectly honest, he sucks. Like, his design sucks. He sucks. He sucks. And I don't know if he's even going for cool.
I think because
Yeah,
of his
he
weird butt
sucks.
cape and stuff like that, they're going for cool. Like they think that he's supposed to look cool,
So
but he doesn't.
I want your opinion on this, Bob. Does Saros not smack of how do I take Returnal and MCUify it? Does it not feel like that?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay,
it does feel like weirdly. I've never seen so much stuff that should be insanely cool and been like, oh, this is just lame. I don't know how you did. How'd you make this sun god like altering people's minds this lame?
This is really mean, but the cover of Saros, like let me get like a good quality image to post it so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Looks indistinguishable to me from like any number of look at this cool image I made of with the AI slot machine. Like this one specifically, that's just all I get looking at it.
Yeah, looking at this photo, I guess he is
like
supposed to be cool.
Like
Right,
I've
they
seen
think he's
so
cool.
many. I've seen so many like of those slop images that look exactly like this.
You're not wrong. I know what you're talking about.
No,
It's
you're completely right.
Gee, I wonder if that's being used to help composition at certain studios. Like they don't know how to composition of what their cover should be. I wonder.
I'm excited for Aggro to play Saros. Oh, Bob, did you get to the? I'm not going to play the spoiler music, but it is a mechanic spoiler. Did you get to the Carcosan modifier thing yet? Because I think it's a little bit further after you got to.
Is that when you can change certain like attributes? Like your revive doesn't work. That sort of thing.
You get 20 downsides, 20 upsides, and you get to balance the meter between the two sets of those. So that way you can keep stacking ways to make the game easier and harder. Did you use that at all?
Yeah, I used that to upgrade my attack and defense, and that was it. And I was like, man, there sure are a lot of options here.
There are a shitload of options. I skimmed through them real quick, and because I'm just looking for brutal efficiency, because there's not a specific part of this game where I was like, oh, if this one thing didn't work differently. So anyways, I literally just let me pick up fucking Lucidite from a bigger distance, and then my guns do more damage, and I was like, thanks. I will never look at this menu again. And then it had some mystery options in it, and I finally unlocked them, and then I looked at them, and I was like, okay, yeah, I get why that wasn't visible, but all right.
Yeah, and that's the way I feel about so much of the stuff between runs. Like I think of my runs in like Hades or Vampire Survivors and Crawlers and think I get to make all these neat choices that'll make the actual run really different. And that's the exciting part of doing another run in those games. And there's nothing here.
So are you agreeing with me that if this was just a linear game with normal gun selection and levels, it would just be way better?
Oh, absolutely. Get this. You should have more than one gun.
Having one video game selectable at any one time? No, you get the one with 2 fire types, thank you.
Yeah, it's like you even made this 2 fire type system. If you then gave me 2 guns,
yeah, even
then we
2
could propose something good.
Even 2 would be really nice. Maybe shooters shouldn't be roguelikes. I'm trying to think of a shooter that was ever aided by being a roguelike. I don't believe that exists. Housemarque has tried twice now. Yep. I mean, but that's the thing. Chat knows I don't really like roguelikes a ton. I especially don't like how like back in the older days, roguelikes used to be an integration. The idea was to make the roguelike, right? Now it feels like we cut our video game with roguelike sawdust to make it last longer.
Yeah.
And that feels like shit.
We wouldn't. I feel like we wouldn't be having this conversation if they had, even if there would have been the exact same plot, the exact same characters, the exact same aesthetic. They gotten to make a linear normal game,
right?
Yeah, that'd be definitively different. Which again, I don't know why this isn't just called Returnal 2. This is the same thing.
Well, because you're not returnaling.
Are you not?
I mean, are like the other NPCs aware you keep dying?
Your main character is.
But are they? Do they acknowledge that you keep leaving and dying and coming back?
They acknowledge you keep coming back. They don't understand that you died out there, but they know that you keep coming back.
Okay, so I would say he isn't returnaling.
I think the larger problem is one of the main cast members is acted by the lady from Returnal 1. Not that you'd be able to tell because the lighting and shit is so bad that she doesn't even look like herself.
Oh, is the older lady
that? Yes, that's the lady from Returnal.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
really
their lighting looks like shit outside of a cutscene. Like, the funny thing, Bob,
the
is
animations are abominable. Like, this is a $70 game. These are the worst mouse flaps you could imagine.
Yes, no, like, they should simply not have this much talking and lock you into it if this is the fidelity we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought at first it was the modeling or the animation, and then I realized it's literally just the lighting. Like, they didn't set up lighting around characters to make their face models pop ever. So every time I saw a Returnal lady outside of a like really scripted cutscene, she just looked puffy. And I'm like, what?
Yes.
What is
I feel like everyone's face kind of ends up there. It's like they were all puffy, stung by bees.
Yeah, everyone's stung by bees. It must be like the sun god bees.
Do you know if she's playing the same character or if it's the same actress?
She's not playing the same character.
Okay.
I think that would have been fucking hilarious if she did, though.
I think that they failed to do even the lightest bit of like lifting to make you believe the world. Like, you kind of just are shoved into it. You know immediately everyone's crazy and that you're showing signs of going crazy yourself. And they show nothing to make you ever question that maybe something is actually happening. Like, you never get the intent that was there, which is weird.
When you say maybe something is actually happening, can you expand on that? I'm not.
Maybe that you were actually on an alien world and there was actually something like real happening in the story. Like,
I mean, there's nothing in the story that necessarily makes it not real. All the sci-fi
start out with telling you that everyone's going crazy and you're hearing your dead wife. I have nothing to believe in this game.
The game story holds up on its own as a logical set of events that occurred by the end. There's a timeline. It isn't just in the character's head.
Okay.
I understand you not liking the plot. I get that. But by the end of that plot, there is a story and it is a thing. And there are things with that thing, and it's not good. I think people have heard me say that enough, but I will go ahead and say, this is not a good plot. It is terrible. They should fire every person who wrote this. I think they've done nothing to lift up the game, and they've done a lot of things with the writing to drag down the game. I don't think it's an impossible task to write a roguelike if you're a good writer.
Yeah, whereas every time they seem to come at this, they feel like they're the smartest person ever for having come up with a reason for a roguelike to happen in real life.
That is really
that's
how
the worst thing.
Returnal felt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, no, this isn't original or interesting. This is hacky.
I could just sense the writer jacking it as hard as possible in Returnal 1 when you get the ending where she escapes and goes home and lives her life and then dies and is back on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hit the spoilers music we're going to talk about. I'm just going to... This might be the most condemning thing I'm going to say about this game. I think that one thing is more interesting than anything in the plot of the entire video game here.
Yeah, so I am glad my impression of what the game was going to be from the first chunk of story I saw holds true.
Yeah, but Chris, it could get so much worse. Please look forward to Game of the Year.
I got one cutscene in the tree.
Oh, you went into the tree hole? You went into the tree hole? Hey, Bob, there isn't a house.
No, there isn't a house.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, it's so fucking awesome, dude. I think everyone's robbed that there's no spoiler cast coming for this. 4 people yelling about the writing would be incredible. Anyways, I'm gonna stop the spoiler one. Anyways. Anything else?
I guess not. No, it's... Man, that sucked.
Hey, think of it this way: you didn't spend $70 on it.
Thank God. Yeah, no.
Fuck it on.
I wish I would, after Returnal, I would never do again for Housemark. I'm sorry.
They're really building a. Well, here's the thing. I want to say a thing. There was a world where Housemark made a game that didn't come off as this low rent, and so charging $70 wasn't insulting. But they made this game, and this is not worth $70 at all. You know what is? Like a Gran Turismo 7 or some other super immaculate fucking video game. That is the only thing that can begin the conversation of, is this worth $70?
Yeah, no, this is just blatantly just like cheap. Like, clearly not that much money was spent. Look at these cutscenes. Look at the way you design the world to just be replayed frequently like this. Like, it's nothing look expensive here.
How long did the first level take you? Do you have a rough like even a number of runs?
The first world, I think I cleared like 1 or 2 runs at most. Like, it was fine.
See, that's funny. I did a lot of my experimenting with different things and understanding what the game was in the first world. So I literally spent 5, maybe 6 runs there. Second world, since I had figured out various things about how certain things work, 2. And then I basically soared through a lot of the rest of the game. Until, hey, chat. You know what sucks? When a game ends and then it goes, do the thing for the true ending. And the stuff to get the true ending is the most, what the fuck, dude? You didn't have money for this? Why did you parse the story out like this? Now this can't be what you want. And then they just go, okay, now do a thing that's not different from what you did, but now it's hard as fuck. By the way, I'm a roguelike. I'm going to roll just garbage for you too many times. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Getting the true ending of this was the worst time I had with the game by a fucking landslide.
I think the game would be much improved if I picked the weapon I wanted at the beginning of the run and you gave me upgrades.
Yeah, that would be nice. It'd be nice. Why? Wait, one moment. Why is no one making the third-person action combat Diablo game where you pick up jewels as you do the run and you socket it in like Diablo?
I was gonna say that's the setup they have for that's the setup they have for Hades. Like, you choose your weapon, and then there's cool things that make the weapon different as you go through.
Here's my problem: I don't like playing Hades.
Right.
So I want God of War. It's called Risk of Rain. You know what? Fair. I'll shut the fuck up. That's close enough. That's close enough. Bob, have you tried Risk of Rain or Risk of Rain 2? No,
I've seen them, but I have not been interested. I think it's something about the style just doesn't appeal to me. It's not as unappealing as Sorrow's here. It's like one of the most unappealing stylistically games I played.
As I said, it's like the MCU-ification on a lot of things compared to Returnal. It's really weird. Like, the cosmic horror is somehow less horror. Like, I think it shifts away from horror and gets more into, isn't this cool? And I'm like, eh. But, like, some of the environments look really nice. It's just we don't have quite as tentacly, in a gross way, enemies. I don't know. That's how I feel. Especially with the main character's design, where I'm like, you look like all of the straightforward, authentic sci-fi vibes of the first game were put through an MCU filter, and I hate this. It is worth noting, you were talking about his butt cape or whatever. This game, in my opinion, borrows weirdly from both Death Stranding and Destiny. And
yeah, it does.
Weird.
I did feel things like, oh, Death Stranding did something kind of like this, but like that game's got a real story that has characters in it, and you just look sad doing it.
Yeah. No, it's really weird when it starts cribbing on Death Stranding because it doesn't have the quality there to make it work in the fucking least.
And something that these writers don't understand is hope needs to exist. You need to have some manner of levity or anything into your story, and instead of just always being this one tone of like, it's really gritty and dark and everything's bad. I'm like, I don't care, dude. Yeah, everything's bad. They're all gonna die. It's just how it is. There's not even a slot that anything else could happen.
I think given what they did here, levity wouldn't work by the end of it. I get what you're saying and why you feel that way, and I get the validity of it, but that would be fucking weird if it was here by the end of this story.
Yeah, and I think that just relates back to I think the whole story is bad, like conceptually.
I think that broader notion isn't conceptually bad. It's just they didn't write great characters. They didn't write great character moments. All of these things that could happen if you had a game that was linear, that took place over a series of levels where your whole team could go to places and observe things.
Yeah, though, where you find a dude out there in the wilds and you tell your team about it, but you tell them one at a time when you come back from different runs. It's just so weird.
That is very strange. Like, guys, BioWare figured this out 25 years ago. You just have a hub and you can run around every so often and talk to everybody and progress each of their individual storylines a little bit.
And they kind of have that, but they don't use it right. Like when you get these events, they don't trigger for everybody.
There's not like a meeting.
Right. Because they usually just have one thing happen when you get back in, and that one thing is almost always, hey, Asian guy, you're going crazy over there, and talk about yellow. That's bad.
Do the other like members of your team go do stuff, or like is it like implied they're doing anything but sitting on their asses?
Not really.
The main team that you're introduced to at the beginning of your ship, firsthand, no.
That's really kind of dumb. Like,
yeah,
like in Hades, there's a reason that everybody else is just kind of puttering around because you're in Hades 1. At least I didn't play Hades 2. In Hades 1, because you're like a child throwing a temper tantrum, basically. But like, it's weird for everybody to be passive, but the main character in a setup like this.
Let's see, he's an enforcer.
It's kind of like Final Fantasy 16.
No.
That's not true. That's not true. Jill did a lot.
Sure.
She did so much.
She laid with a man, which made her powerless forever.
Yes.
Oof.
Anyway. Hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
Are you okay if we move on, or did you have more you wanted?
Of course.
Okay. What else did you play, Bob?
I play a few other small things, but you know what? I think that the perfect continuation of this talk is talk about Resident Evil 9, Leon Must Die Forever. Because that's another roguelike with the shooter.
It is.
This sure is cheap. I think that's the main thing I have to say about it.
It is free, a value project. Yeah.
It's free in a $70 game, so it's not free at all.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because they didn't have mercenaries or anything, and this could well be what we get instead of mercenaries, and has zero money. You play shoot levels from the actual game. They've just excised out, but left in dialogue from the regular game.
Yeah, that was the worst bit.
That is really unacceptable.
The in-level barks were just there.
I'm sorry. That's too much. Like, that's the level of work. Did you come up with this like at the start of the year?
Yeah, that's how it feels. That's like the level of just barely done it is. And some of them are very action oriented. Like you'll spawn in that the beginning of the game is Leon on the street, and that's all just fighting. And there's a couple others like that, but so many of times it's like, hey, in this section, here's the entirety of the clinic. You can explore that.
That is not what I envisioned this being at all. Of course, I assumed it would reuse, areas in the game.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought they would are they populated with different enemies, or is it the exact same enemies as in the game?
In the first street, it actually is like the same exact enemies, but in the other areas, it does vary it, and it seems to have some randomness to what puts in there.
That's good, but I never would have expected you get the whole clinic. I would have expected this hallway, that hallway, the lobby.
That would have made a lot more sense. You don't even get to choose outfits for this mode. So like in the street, he's always going to wear the jacket, and then he's always going to wear whatever he wears story wise in the other parts.
That's another sign of it being really cheap and must have been made fast.
Mm-hmm. And there are unlocks for this mode, but they unlock with the same points you use for the rest of the game. So you don't really want to spend them here because then you won't have them to get your infinite ammo for the main game and that sort of thing.
Do you get points doing this? Like, is that the reward you get for doing runs? You get that would have been the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, there are missions
points.
you can complete in this mode that get you points. But you don't just generically get points for playing the mode.
Yeah, even if it was a small amount, you should generically get points from doing it.
Mm-hmm. And you said you played this too, right, Aggro?
A little bit.
Did you get all the way through a run?
No, I did not. Here's the dumb thing I did for like the hour I played it.
Okay.
I kept not finding the door to the level 2 clinic and having to go to the level 5 clinic and getting my shit wrecked by the red and blue enemies.
Mm-hmm. The red and blue enemies suck. The concept behind them is a red enemy you have to hit with a melee attack, like, when you hit them and then they go on a knee and then you do a kick or something. And that makes them weaker so you can actually do real damage to them. And the blue enemies, you have to parry them and then you can do damage to them. And this sounds like it should work, but they recklessly put these enemy types on anything. So the chef can show up and be red, and it's like, he can't be weakened so you can do a melee on him. He just can't. So he has an insane health bar now.
Sometimes corpses that will never activate can just be one of these colors lying on the ground.
Yes. It feels so like lazy. Like, oh yeah, you made it harder. True brute force. I did eventually find an optimal route through this mode, and it felt like whether or not a run went well and I could actually beat it was almost pure chance, because it's another game where it's like, oh yeah, I'm relying entirely on a good weapon to drop. And I don't get any way to modify what it's going to drop, so I just have to roll with whatever they drop me that's actually good. And sometimes that's literally nothing. Other times it's something that I don't have any ammo for. And other times it's just like, man, this gun isn't good in general. Like, you rolled me the pistol that holds one bullet at a time, and that's my best gun. This takes too long to reload. Oh, another mechanic they have for this is the hatchet can't be fixed yourself. They have hatchet pickups that fix your hatchet. That should be okay. But so much of this game is built around boss fights requiring you to parry that it becomes literally impossible sometimes. It's like, yeah, no, I can't do that boss because I can't parry him enough. And there are more drops of fixing the hatchet in the level, but that's not enough. I guess maybe I could just do perfect parries every time, and that's the level it wants you to operate on, but that's literally all I can imagine. Also, I ran out of ammo completely twice in the final boss, and I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
You do get funny hats for beating this mode. You can't use them anywhere else but this mode.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. And they give you a minor loadout difference. Like, they give you one different modifier and one gun you start with, which the gun you start with super doesn't matter because that's going to be replaced instantly. But yeah, the first one I got was you get wolf ears and a wolf tail, which is very funny. I think the funniest one, though, is after that you get Leon's car is a hat he wears.
Yep.
Like
as a free pack-in, as a wacky extra thing on the menu, this is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
The fact they're like, here's your first content update. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, no, if this was here at launch and they're like, oh, but there's more cooler stuff coming, then that'd be something. But it does just feel like really weak this long after launch, and we didn't even get like a second character to play as or anything. It's just, yeah, you can play these exact sections you've already played 100 times as Leon again now, tied together. It should really be a win, but it just doesn't feel like one. Having you load up and it's like, here's all of Raccoon City to explore. It's like, dude, you gave me a time limit. I don't want to have to explore all of Raccoon City. I also don't want to do the full climb in to get to the gas station every time. You can just spawn me in the gas station. That's like its own confined action area.
Oh, I didn't think that they would also do that. That's too much.
Yeah, no, you have to do all the in-between segments. You can like literally explore that whole thing with the turret segment where they shoot at you with the explosives on the rooftops. You can do all that.
The way the title Leon Must Die Forever made me picture like the Hunk mission in RE2 Remake, where it's just a shitload of enemies. You get roguelike upgrades. You're constantly having to move forward through these chopped out chunks of the game, and this just sounds like completely unlike that.
Yeah, no, it's not like that really. It's very strange. I don't know why they did this. I'm trying to remember, there was something else weird about how you had to read. Oh, right. Now that I think about it, the clinic. This seems like they do change the enemies that spawn there. But now that I think back on it, I don't think they do it all in the other area. Like, it's always the same exact sets. And sometimes the only difference will be the red enemies and the blue enemies, because they can just easily flip those activations on. So yeah, now that they think about it, it's like they really only did that for one zone. Everything else is literally just, here is the game. Was basically no alterations. So yeah, that's pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
I put hours into this.
Oh wow, why'd you do that?
Because it's still Resident Evil 9 and it's still fun to play. God. I certainly enjoyed it more than Returnal. I mean, Saros.
Yeah, how could you mix up those two games?
I just don't know. But that's all I have to say about Leon Must Die Forever.
Okay.
Please be working on something else, Capcom. Please.
Now to break this up, we're going to go to Dr. Aggro. Aggro, what have you been playing?
Hi. Well, aside from Leon Must Die, I got a little bit farther in Motor Slice.
Motor Slice.
Yes, I got far enough to get to the part where they're like, "Hey, we're going to do an entire section based on changing direction while motor slicing."
Yes.
The least functional mechanic
Yes.
in the game.
Oh.
So I'm taking a brief break from Motor Slice. I also got to play a little bit of a game called The Island of Dr. Morose.
The Island of Dr. Morose?
You can say that again.
Game code provided by the developer.
Square Butterfly Interactive. This is how do I like it's
Looks like Dr. Seuss from what I'm seeing.
it is.
Yes.
It's Lovecraftian Dr. Seuss adventure game.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good sell.
Yeah, that's a really, and they mesh the tone well in the writing and the visuals, and it is a flash game du jour. It says Godot when the window pops up that's the engine it's made in. I don't believe it. This is a flash game from 2010 that would have lit the fucking world on fire. it's an interesting mix of like point and click adventure game where you're going around different areas and collecting items and using them to solve inventory puzzles. And also you are physically running around and shooting enemies with a slingshot and running from things and all this and that. Currently, I am digging the writing because everything is written in like Dr. Seuss verse.
Ooh.
Except for a couple things where I'm like, bro, wait, that's just a limerick. You kind of got off course. The environment is a nice balance of like, because I mean, Dr. Seuss itself can be deeply fucking scary, which is why this mashup works so well. My opinion of this game, as it stands, is balanced on the edge of a knife. Because I am at a point where I'm pretty sure I have gone to all the areas I can and rubbed the items in my inventory against all the things I'm aware of. Mm-hmm. So either I'm going to go back and play it again and hit a breakthrough and go, oh, that was really smart, or I'm really dumb, or I'm going to find out something isn't working right, or I'm not pixel hunting the specific 2 square pixel space I need to click.
Yes.
And I'm really hoping it's the former because I am digging this so far. Like it took me 45 minutes to figure out that the reason the alligator was attacking me from across the screen and killing me was that the alligator was actually biting the hand-shaped cursor and not the character.
Yeah, he's biting your hand. That's where your hand is. Yeah. I honestly, so people may recall me covering the demo for this last year on Big Think Dimension, which I think it was a full year ago even. That is about how I ended up feeling by the end of that. The sort of like, I'm really enjoying this, but I feel like I've rubbed every item on every surface of everything, and it's not working out, and you can die in this game, and you have to redo a certain amount of it when you die.
Oh yeah, like you respawn at save points. We do not checkpoint per screen. We don't checkpoint for accomplishment. You go back to the save point or fuck you.
So yeah, it's. I hope you go back and you have the epiphany, and then you get to play more and enjoy more of the game.
So do I. I am currently rooting for this title because it is too fucking cool to not be really good. But other than that, I have not gotten to play anything else. My work schedule abutted weird, and I worked a whole bunch of days and have the next 4 days off.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That's cool, at least. I similarly ended up in a situation where I built and seasoned that griddle. We reassembled the living room TV. I calibrated the CRT of the living room. I did paperwork stuff. I did real life stuff. I did a little bit of shopping for like groceries, you know, Costco style shopping and other things. And because of that and getting all of these cool shirts working, I didn't do anything other than really Friday stream and getting the true ending on Saros because I wasn't going to stream on No Slam while sitting there at the true ending. Actually, I was technically before the final boss when I was like, okay, I'm not going to slam tonight, or I'm not going to stream on No Slam tonight because I'm not going to slam tonight.
I'm always slamming.
I'm always slamming.
Just so we're clear.
Just, you know what I do in those subways.
No one can stop them.
So I took the night off entirely from streaming on that channel because of that. Because what I thought was going to be one run, and it was to beat the boss, and then the true ending and the bad rolls over and over. It took me 4, 5, 6, I think it was about 4.5 more hours to get the true ending. And I'm like, this so isn't worth this.
Yeah.
This is working out to almost a third of my playtime for me. Because you remember me saying, like, being confused why everyone's playtime was as high as it was, right?
Yeah.
If I didn't do that true ending, which is, again, barely shit. If I were you and you didn't immediately, like, succeed at what it asks you to do, just fucking look it up. Just fucking look it up. I mildly regretted burning that much time on that instead of streaming on No Slam. I could have been playing Pokopia. I need to get back to playing Pokopia. But yeah, because of that, I didn't really get to do anything other than last Friday's stream where we played all the way through Eternal Darkness.
GameCube fumes continue to reign supreme.
It's true. The long time thing we've talked about, which we discovered with Pick Month, is if you stream a Nintendo GameCube exclusive, you will get the weirdest backseating you've seen in your life, and the deep lore dumps continues, which is kind of amazing. And people are now like, now how the hell are they going to do it for Wave Race Blue Storm? I'm like, I don't know, but I also had no idea how that would have happened for Pikmin, so I shouldn't trust my ability to comprehend and conjure to come up with the solution. So we have a few more GameCube exclusives we've yet to play, like Wave Race Blue Storm and Geist.
Jesus.
But we've decided there's only one game on the GameCube that's a GameCube exclusive where we would be perfectly safe streaming it. Odama. I feel like the chance that someone is a huge Odama fan and has come to tell us all of the words.
I don't know. Now that I think about it again, like, I think that might bring out the exact weirdos that do that. I feel like there might be that sort of strong, like, oh, it's Japanese. Indicate I don't have the microphone.
Should I stream it to the Odama category on Twitch so that way we can activate them like a sleeper cell?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll have to do that at some point. But we beat Eternal Darkness. Now, I'm going to very brutally disassemble this game to give you an idea of exactly what it is. If you don't have an Eternal Darkness spoiled for you, mute the podcast for just a little bit. Skip until the text up there changes, and I'll do my best to remember to change that text once we move on, okay? So, Silent Hill is a horror game that came out before Eternal Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And Eternal Darkness feels like Silicon Knights went to make their own Silent Hill type thing. It is a horror game. It feels like they went to make literally Alone in the Dark. Because it is literally Cthulhu type shit. It is literally that. There's a mansion that's been passed down that has the hearts of old gods and the relics of dead things. Anyways, this game's pretty neat. It has a spell casting system. You can choose the strength of the spell by choosing how many runes you cast into it. It's got good horror game vibes. Here's the deal, though. Every level in the game, you basically replay 3 times as different characters, and they don't have enough ideas to support that. So this game took us 16 hours. And then to get the true ending, you have to beat it 3 times.
Watching this, I'm like, surely they must be near the end. Why didn't I beat this game? Oh, I went to bed after 8 hours and there was 8 hours remaining when I woke up. So that's why I never beat this game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's also weirdly focused on combat. It's like, combat's not terrible.
Yes, it sure is.
Not enough. I don't need this many combat rooms in here, man. But it made the game longer.
It did, in fact, make the game longer. I don't think it's a bad horror game, honestly. I do think it's longer than it should be, but, I also think Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 could have been slightly shorter. Not to the extent this needs to be shorter. You could chop 5 hours off of this easily.
Yeah.
But there's really cool stuff in it, and I think I'm starting to believe chat when they say this is Silicon Knight's best game. Bob and I have not played Blood Omen.
I can't imagine Blood Omen being better than this. This has a lot of interesting ideas, even if it doesn't execute them well at all for a lot, but it's very neat. It would be incredible if it was like half the length.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good game.
Whereas the Blood Omen, I'm guessing here, I don't think there's any amount you could cut out of it that would make it even slightly good.
You could cut out, check this out, you could cut out every moment that isn't him going, the heart of darkness, and it would just be a better game. I want to listen to that for hours straight.
What about What about a God? What's it called? What about X-Men Destiny? That's a pretty great game.
Oh, it's not. That game is terrible. We played
It's really
that.
funny though.
It is really funny. It's true.
And it's only like 5 hours,
That's true. Gets out of your way quick.
right?
But yeah, I think chat may be right. I think Eternal Darkness might be their best game. The funniest thing is they have the whole sanity meter in this game. And chat convinced us to choose the artifact for the antagonist of the game, who you play as at first. You get to choose which god he swears his oath to. And that changes the balance of how enemies attack you, whether they attack your health more and are harder to kill, or they attack your sanity more, or they're pretty balanced. We honestly did not spend a lot of time in the low sanity realm, which maybe we should have, but it feels like we got to see everything by the end. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like there was a wall melting trick that we didn't get to see.
Yeah, we saw a ton of that because near, like in the back half, I felt like we were in the insanity zone for quite a bit of it.
Yeah, you also get picked basically the easiest one. The whole time I was like, why isn't getting sent to the other dimension by the bug apocalyptic? I remember it being apocalyptic, and it is if you pick red.
Yeah, red is apparently where fighting any enemy, like killing an enemy, is fucking hard as hell.
Yeah, red makes every enemy have more health, and they also regenerate health and regenerate limbs.
And they also attack your health mostly, but like barely hitting your sanity.
Huh.
I think my favorite insane effect in the entire game was when it popped up with "The story continues in Eternal Darkness 2, Sanity's Redemption."
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good one.
It was really good. And then some kid out there's like, I'm still waiting. When are you going to ship the game with the subtitle Sanity's Redemption? Fun fact, never. That's just another word that starts with R-E. It doesn't make any fucking sense. That was a really good one. There were also ones where, like, we were being swarmed by enemies, but there was a sanity effect, which, keep in mind, you don't know when they begin, most of them. Bob goes into the next room and just gets mobbed by 10 dudes in a tiny tunnel. And we're like, what the fuck? And then it flashes us back to the prior room. And I'm like, okay, all right. That was wild. I was like, I don't think this is a sanity effect. I think we just tried to run past too many guys.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's really cool. And apparently a lot of the voice cast on this is from Metal Gear Solid because they use the same recording studio as Kojima did. So I don't know if that's the connection to let them make Twin Snakes after this or what, but that's really interesting. There is the one where they quoted, where his head fell off and then it quoted Shakespeare at us and we laughed.
Yeah. Most of these sanity effects end up being just funny.
Yes, it's true. It really came off as like an Evil Dead situation, like an Evil Dead 2 or 3 situation. Eternal.
And other ones are just stolen straight from Kojima of like, oh, they changed to video 1.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's funny, but it's a little hacky to have done that only like 2 years later or 3. It's a little hacky, but it's funny. It's funny. Obviously, they were tight with him after that, so whatever. But yeah. Also, there's the volume adjustment. That was funny as shit. Like, classic CRT old school bars pop up and the volume meter gets lowered to 0 while we're playing. It was pretty fun. But yeah, no, I had a fun time streaming that. It is definitely too long. There's a really fun thing in it though, and I wish we got to at least see it blind a little even. But this was a part of the chat explaining things in advance of them happening, backseating like crazy.
Yeah.
So I wish I got to, experience this at all. In fact, they did that for the ending, and I should kill whoever did that, but I won't. I'm not vindictive. I could profit from being more vindictive, but I won't be. They spoiled like the coolest thing in the game. That is literally the ending. But the thing I was going to talk about here instead is the other day, I was sitting there, and I think I mentioned to Bob off content. I don't think it may have been during a stream, but I think it was off content, where I was like, we should do a theme week or month of games affected by 9/11.
Yes.
It would be such a cool thing.
Killer 7.
We No, games that
Mass
have to
Effect.
be changed because they shipped too close.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
So-
games that exist entirely because 9/11 happened.
So yes, Metal Gear Solid 2 is a good example. The second Smuggler's Run is a good example because that game took place in Afghanistan. And then 9/11 happened, and they're like, "Oh, it's blue and it's ice and it's not sand, and fuck you, this is Russia." So in this game,
God, this was wild.
this was so good. It was so obviously it's 1991 in the Middle East. And it's obviously an Operation Desert Storm style thing. But as it is in the game, you're just a Canadian industrial fireman who happens to be out there in the oil fields in the Middle East in 1991 when they catch on fire. And oh no, you ended up trapped in the ruins.
The first thing you do in the ruins is find a dead soldier with all the guns that the soldier character would have had.
So anyways, you were supposed to be an American soldier in the Middle East.
Uh-huh.
And then 9/11 happened.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I laugh so hard. I love 9/11 changes in video games. They're always so fucking funny.
They changed the least they could too, because you're still on a chopper and you're still setting up C4 to blow something up.
Yes, because there's the type of firefighting where you use explosives. Yes, I'm a fireman, and you have expertise with explosives. Yes. And you're Canadian, you say? Yes.
Absolutely.
So anyway, that was funny as shit. Anyways, that was our third time revisiting that level.
That was honestly one of the best revisits, though, because they gave you made your character way more OP than they usually do for this.
Yes, and it kind of it kind of makes it interesting. If every level was that, where the third visit was like the cool speedrun version.
Yeah, instead of the nightmare that was the very end of the game.
Don't.
Oh, that was
Okay, I'm hitting
why they end the game like
I am
that?
hitting the spoilers music. This is spoilers. We're just gonna spoil. There we go. Okay, so really close to the end of the game, you do a really cool thing before the events of the game. In the horrible subterranean city from hell, occupied by demons and monsters, you use building-sized sigil centers to cast a spell. You set the runes and you do that to destroy the city. But it doesn't work. Guess what the ending is? You do it again. And every time you set a sigil, you have to run through multiple rooms of puzzle bullshit, basically.
Yeah.
It really deflated how cool it felt to cast a city-scale spell.
Yeah, how many different towers were there? I think it was 7?
Yeah, because it's a
Or
full
more.
7 or 9, actually. I
Yeah,
think it's 9.
Yeah, it feels like it was so
Yeah,
many.
it's 9 because it's more.
Oh, it's more than your normal casting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's literally go to the teleport room, choose which one of the 9 places to go, warp there, set the sigil, walk back. The walk back takes at least 10 minutes each time.
Yeah, it's rough. And so we're doing this twice in a row, and they made it like more difficult the second time. Significantly. And it's just like, man, this is such a cool thing. But then you did it twice, and it sucks to do this. It's
Yeah,
so
the second time they're
unfortunate.
even like the ground is covered in piss. You have to cast the shield spell. The shield spell takes a ton of magic, so you have to stand around and wait so you can cast it. It's like, wow, you've just wasted my time so much.
And
Did you guys ever figure out the invisibility meta?
oh, that we can just cast the invisible spell and run past all the enemies?
Yes.
Yeah, someone in chat tried to backseat that immediately, so I ignored them. We did eventually use it though, like much later in the game, like 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
we
yeah.
used that near the end.
Yep. Yeah, as it turns out, if you just try to backseat and Bob's playing, I will read what you wrote and then intentionally not ever say that. That is how that works. The 2-streamer system, it works. But yeah, so I'll keep the spoiler music going. So the thing that chat spoiled is the first time you cast a spell to destroy the city or seal the demons is the idea, right? Seal the area. The second time, you summon a giant kaiju and do a kaiju battle.
Ooh.
They spoiled that the moment we began the ending, which means they spoiled it 2.5 hours before we got to see the thing, and I did not say it out loud. I don't know what they were fucking thinking. So I knew what the spell was in advance, even, because it was summon creature. And I was like, man, I hope chat saying that didn't just spoil the end of the 16-hour fucking video game?
They would never. Oh, wait.
They would never. Wait,
It's a
no, they've done
GameCube game.
that. So anyway, that sucks. Don't do that. That sucks. I'm trying to think. But yeah, no, the kaiju battle was sick as hell. I wish I could have been surprised by that. Because even knowing that you're casting big monster spell,
Right.
still
you
would have
wouldn't guess
prepared you
it's
for a
there.
literal kaiju battle at the end of this game. Anyway,
Done in the most like cheap way that they can. Of like, we have like 12 seconds of cutscene. But it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's so funny. It's like, aw, that's cute. They're doing it cool. Oh, man. Anyways, I'm gonna stop the spoiler music unless, Bob, did you want to say anything about?
Not spoilersy.
Okay.
No.
Okay, then we're stopping the boop, boop, boop.
I think it's really funny. We should bring it up here. You just play as Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
It's true.
Like, that's your design directly. It's very funny.
Yeah, the main character and modern timeline character is just Buffy. It's very funny. I might just show it real quick so that way people could see Eternal. Every time I type Eternal, it's like Eternal Sunshine and Spotless Mind. I'm like, no, and you seem really pushy on this, Google. There are more things with Eternal in it. Let's see. Oh, this is really funny. This fucking face she's making in this photo. But yeah, you get the idea of the design. It's, you know, it's very basic. It's very simple design, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Her face in that is really funny. The funniest thing that kept happening is when you save the game, it will show the character of that chapter, and it's like, it's this Persian dude or something from whenever the fuck.
Right.
And then and so it's like that dude going, or something, or and then he's like the background of the level behind him. And that would be the save icon. When we get back to her after every one of these chapters, it superimposes her face next to them like she's doing a React YouTube video, and that's the thumbnail. So it's just like Persian dude, like, and then her being over there like, the thing about my ancestors. She's gonna cancel herself. It's fucking great. It's really funny. I love that about the game. That was so good. But yeah, I don't know. Aside from that, it's, again, they stuck with the same inspirations as Alone in the Dark. It is very similar to Alone in the Dark. It also, in my opinion, takes some inspirations from Silent Hill, obviously. And obviously Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah.
So, it's a pretty neat game. It's a pretty neat game.
It's cool they thought up this magic system.
Yeah.
And they actually like thought out all the different spells and how you would use them. It was like, oh, that's cool. You maybe didn't make great spells to go along with this, but it's a really cool thought.
Yeah, I feel like they could have had more diverse effects of the spells and used them more interestingly to solve problems. Because, Aggro, up until this point, you've been conjuring a video game where we have a spell system in it and you can use it to solve horror game-like puzzles.
Right.
What I haven't told you is that every single puzzle, basically, in the whole game, but only a handful, have, like, an almost nutrition label on them where they're just like, use this.
Yes.
Here's a giant sigil of creature.
Yeah, and I think that the part of the reason they landed on that is because they made they put too many variables on the spell system.
They did, yes. No one wants to
So
cast 3 different strengths with multiple different modifiers.
And then it takes forever to cast, and it takes a while for the mana to recharge, so you have to run in circles to recharge your mana.
Also, the funniest thing about it is, you know, there are 3 rune, 5 rune, and 7 rune strengths of spell, but you don't add more elements per se. you still only select 3 things ever. It's the god you're using, what you're casting it on, and what you're doing. So you stuff the other 4 slots once you're casting a 7th strength spell with the rune Pargan, which means power. So you're like going creature power, seal power. It's fucking hilarious. And you cast this in real time once you do it. So you're going Pargan. So anyways, people who've seen that game played are broken now. They go Pargan.
Yeah, no, it's... God, it would have been so much more sense if we never got Pargan and it was just always selecting 3 things.
Yes, but alternatively, Pargan. Can we go back and do the intro again? I realize what the intro should be. One moment, we're
Dormammu, I've come to Pargan.
Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension with Noel Slamrocket and Bob Video Games.
Pargan.
Chris and Aggro.
Pargan.
Here on GigaBoots. Okay, there, we did it right. Oh, God. Schmooze there again. There we go. Okay, we're good. Anyway. Yeah, Eternal Darkness. It's really neat. They really... So, Silicon Knights never made a sequel.
Right.
They only made...
They
made nothing. Blood Omen, they never made any of the sequels. Eternal Darkness, no sequel. X-Men Destiny didn't have time. Tomb Human didn't make a sequel.
They clearly wanted to.
They super wanted to make a sequel to Eternal Darkness, and then the co-writer and co-founder of the studio went to prison for child pornography, as I understand it. Oh, God. Fucking imagine. That's okay, though. You know why?
Why is that?
It's okay. Because Dennis Dyack... Well, no. The act he went to prison for is not okay. But it's okay for Dennis Dyack because he has recovered. Because this weekend at some point, Bob and I will be streaming Dead House Sonata, the new AI-powered hit from Dennis Dyack in early access. Only $20. But we got a code! Can you fucking believe it? Are you excited? You should be. It's going to be so good, Bob.
Yeah.
Was it you or Chris who's like, I'm looking this up. I don't think you can't make a character that's not bald.
That was Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like all the promo material is Baldman.
All I've seen
there might only be one face for the characters too.
All I've seen is that your main attack is spinning.
Well, yeah, that's how you're winning.
I guess.
This looks like such dog shit. I bet it will crash constantly.
I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah, there's no way it won't.
I did not hear about this information, but I don't doubt it for a second. Somebody else told me that apparently the game is a little vibe coded too. Which
I can't
is
believe
not
it.
surprising, given he's running a store full of merch of AI-generated images of vampires. So
let me see what the AI disclaimer is on it, because I know it's written snarkily.
Oh, cool.
Yup.
I'm just glad we got to check out Eternal Darkness last weekend, and this weekend we get to check out Dead House Sonata.
Okay, like most modern game development, our tools and software may include AI-assisted features for internal workflows such as iteration, editing, or placeholder experimentation. These tools do not generate final player-facing content. I bet.
But they're just so aggressively lame.
Yes.
But it does in fact still exist on player-facing merchandise?
I guess.
You want me to believe that nothing in your video game used AI assets in the final thing. But like super obviously everything on your site was generated with AI and you're selling merch of them.
That's different because no one's hunting down people for that, I guess.
No one's ever going to buy that, so
I'm thinking about it. But then he would have my home address. That's the problem.
Man, do you know? But imagine the promotion it would be if you killed Dennis Dyack in a home invasion.
Okay, first of all, that's fending off Dennis Dyack while
Yes.
defending your home.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, aggro. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I was like, there's got to be one of these images that is super funny and obvious. So this is the Lich. The Lich is so cool, you guys. He comes equipped with an amazing feature. You see, his right hand is perfectly normal, but his left hand has 5 fingers.
Come
Yeah,
on.
Please, everyone, go look at shit like this and maybe even poke at the actual Gen AI engines before you ever accuse anybody of trying to pass AI art is not that.
It's so
You really gotta know how these things fuck up, because in many ways it isn't the obvious thing you think.
It's so funny.
Like, fucked up looking hands, not a tell. 5 fingers on the hand, that's a tell.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, because, like, I know what you're thinking if you're hearing this. You're thinking, oh, it's just a couple things. No, he has an insanely exhaustive website full of merch. It is wild how many things are for sale here.
Yeah, it's got to just be hooked to Redbubble or some other site
that has an AI feature or something. It's
right.
It's that tier. But yeah, no, it's really funny. It's really funny. Anyways, Dead House Sonata sometime this weekend.
So excited.
You should be. He gave us a code.
He did personally.
Wow.
Came right into your house.
Yes. Invaded, if you will.
Oh my God. I'm not used to getting codes for games so personally. He's like, you got a pen and paper, write this down. And I'm like, you couldn't send it to me? You couldn't write it down yourself? Anyways, also tomorrow we're gonna be playing. Bob and I are gonna be playing Shadow of Mordor PS3, baby, for I Can't Believe It Boots Death Stream. For people who don't know,
this is going to be disastrous. This is by far the worst of these, I think.
The game takes, as I understand it, seconds to load to pause.
Ooh, that makes sense. It's a fancy pause screen.
It is.
Welcome back, Sonic 2K6.
It also does not feature the Nemesis system because they couldn't get that working on the PS3.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
I'm so excited.
I wonder how they approximate it. Like, they must approximate it somehow. Is it just like they randomly give these random trolls, like, pick a random name of one they killed before, picks these random traits? Because the Nemesis system would take into account the ways you killed them and make them resistant to that.
I'm worried we're going to different regions and they're just different generic ass orcs. And
yeah,
then we
I assume
beat them
they're all just hard set dudes. Yeah.
Right? So I'm very excited for that. Please look forward to tomorrow's stream of Shadow of Mordor.
This will be the first Bat game we've played.
The first what?
This is the first Arkham Asylum game we played.
Wow.
On stream.
He's not wrong. Unless you count Spider-Man.
Somehow this is closer.
Really? Wow, I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, what else have you been playing, Bob? Was that it?
I played a couple other things.
Okay.
I'm continuing the trend of trying to play at least one PS2 game a week. So this week I thought that first off, there is a Votoms, like based on the old anime from the 80s, PS2 game.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
What's it called?
Someone, I think it's just called Votoms. And then the exact same thing that the anime is called. Let me double check like what the full title is, because it's like Armored Troopers. Yeah, Armored Trooper Votoms.
Okay, cool.
That in Japanese. Someone did a translation for it. So there is an English patch. I played that. Funny thing is, though, a lot of the game's story is actually told in cutscenes that do not feature subtitles, so there's nothing they can actually translate.
Oh,
I see.
Didn't they? Didn't it come out that this patch was also MTL'd?
That would make sense. I didn't look into it, but a lot of it was really bad.
Wow.
Like a lot of text going off screen and a lot of sentences being like, "Yo, did someone who can read English give this a pass?"
Yeah, Matto's saying it's machine translated. Yep.
How do you machine translate a thing and not even have the fucking decency to edit it?
I don't know.
You're
it would
asking
take
for decency.
Right?
It would take. Okay, how do you not take the minimum amount of effort that would at least delay and confuse people from screaming at you?
You're right, but no, they want it to be done now. They don't want to put any more work into this.
I want it now.
But other than that, because the translation didn't even really help me play it at all. So you could play this. You can just download this and play this with no patch. And play a decent bit. It's pretty neat. It looks surprisingly nice for just a random anime game based on anime from decades before this thing came out. It also has a bunch of music straight from that show. And it has 2 different gameplay modes. Like, you actually walk around on ground and have a pistol. And then you can even hijack other guys' robots and stuff like that. So you can drive around in your mech. And the mech feels like you're always gliding around on the ground, kind of like a Rickdom, or like, I guess that you do this sort of thing in newer Armor Cores. But you don't have a jump or anything. You're just stuck on the ground, and you have a lock-on system, sort of like stuff like that. And there's even a super move system. So like, you build up meter, and then it can do like a cool cinematic punch. It actually cuts in and does like the anime like framing for how he did these moves in the show. At least I'm pretty sure. I haven't actually watched Votoms. I had it. I bought Blu-rays of it. I don't know.
Oh no.
6 years ago. I need to watch this show. This seems really cool. Which I think this is the guy who went on to like directing the Appleseed shows and stuff later on, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been too long. I kind of forgot who worked on this. But yeah, it's really neat. Way higher end than you would expect from something like this. And I definitely just trying it out. Probably just watch some of the show first, and then you'll understand what's happening. I also tried out the Twilight Princess Dusk PC port. Now, I didn't play a lot of this. I kind of just wanted to see what features they added. And they put a lot of stuff from the Wii U port. Like, you have faster ladder climbing. You have the ability to skip cutscenes, all sorts of stuff like that. It seems really nice. It also can go up to like insanely high resolutions. Like, you can do 10 times internal res. And you can turn it to 60 frames per second instead of 30 frames per second. But it seems like there's a weird stutter issue with it. I don't know if a lot of people had the same problem, but even no matter how low I take the resolution, the frame rate feels like it's still stuttering a little bit. So I don't know what's up with that. And this works with mods. So I think Chris was telling me that Linkle was playable in it. That's not included with it though.
Okay, I misunderstood. Yeah, but that's mod exists.
Yeah, the mod already exists.
It's not just like inserting the Hyrule Warriors mod. Like, they've designed a Twilight Princess Linkle.
Mm-hmm.
And I have already seen some of the women I follow post, I made a mistake with a screenshot of Midna calling them a good girl.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I need to see what other mods have been made. I also hear there's higher res texture mods from the using assets from that Wii U edition, stuff like that. So I'd like to cram this with as many things that I could.
One of the most exciting things about these recomps and decomps to me is how easy it becomes for people to insert things or make new things in them. Like, it's so much easier than doing a ROM hack.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I will hopefully have more time. I spent way too much on Cyros. I spent like I said, like 10 hours or so. That basically used up all my free time of the week, so I didn't get to do this. So I had to read a larger chunk of manga for reasons. But I did play one other game. It's called Tricky in the Dreamcaster. It's an indie game. I think it's on Patreon right now, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah,
it's
there's
like
just a demo. There's just a demo on Steam.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks cool.
It's like a weird combo of it's Sonic Adventure 1, Mario 64, and a little bit of Crash Bandicoot.
This looks really neat.
And they clearly love the Dreamcast a lot because the startup menu is literally the Dreamcast menu. It's just got like the little icon for the controller to play, and the customization stuff all looks just like a Dreamcast menu. I think their Dreamcast, the TV they played it on was broken though, because they had CRT filters that made no sense to me. Like, it's not even scan lines like normal. It's like a full grid. I'm like, what is this? But other than that, this was a lot of fun when I played. The movement feels a little janky, but they clearly are trying to do like a more Mario 64 setup to a Sonic game. Like, hey, the level is enormous and you move really fast, but you have stuff like the long jump from Mario and the backflip and stuff like that. And the level is huge because of how fast you move. But there's a lot of like individual keys to find throughout the level, which are their replacement for stars. And you also see like little mini games to play. Like, you have a fishing mini game that's headed up by, oh my god, instead of Big the Cat, you have
What?
a frog character who is big with a realistic cat.
Oh, that's funny.
Huh.
Let me see if I can find this picture, because it's a lot. It's poof. Let's see here. I know that the people online won't be able to see it, but at least you guys will. He is unsettling.
Oh yeah, I really fucking hate him. If this game comes out this year, that is a most hideous creature contender for certain.
He really is. There's also a horrifying Sonic creature that looks like Sonic mixed with the Roadrunner. Yeah.
That's funny. That kind of makes me think of the Pizza Tower one. It's just like a tiny little blob hedgehog.
And
He looks like the villain in a Honeycombs commercial.
he really does. Your main character is, I'm not entirely sure what animal he is, but he has a mouse friend who follows him around as like a punk rocker mouse, which you see back there. And she actually, like, she follows you around kind of like a Sonic Heroes sort of character, but doesn't do anything until you get to mini games. And she does a lot of the mini games herself. And one of those is actually just, hey, here is a Sonic level from Sonic Adventure where everything's way faster. And she does stuff like, instead of the double jump she gets it to go really fast forward. Like, she does a bounce in midair that sends her flying forward instead. It seems really neat. I hope it ends up getting finished. You never know with these. The plot's something about like you're stuck in a dream world and you're held there by a weird wizard. It works. Oh, right, and the Crash Bandicoot thing that I was saying before. Your main character has a Crash Bandicoot spin. That feels like the only Crash Bandicoot-like thing, though. But it's funny they got that in there. Like, hey, we got one more thing. I think that's all I played too. So that's everything. Try out Tricky in the Dreamcaster.
Thank you for saying the title again. Chris, what have you been playing?
On Saturday, I streamed Spyro 3. Spyro 3 is a lot of fun. You can sure feel that maybe they had to get that game out a little bit quick. For reasons such as the final boss has no cutscene before you just go through a door and immediately start.
Yeah.
But I like that game's neat. I think I might like that one the most of the three. I don't know. Yeah, I probably do. I probably like that one the most. I'm glad everybody just kills Moneybags now. Fuck him. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's just a good game. You know what probably isn't, and what might be the absolute worst thing I have to play on this adventure? Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, which I'm playing on Saturday, and probably Sunday. I think they also made it like twice as long as any other Spyro game.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think
what they would
people
do,
were like,
though.
yeah, it's like 3 or 4 hours longer.
Wow.
Most of my other time was spent getting backup set up on my PS3. That took a while. Not because it's complicated to do it, because it's really not. But because of how long FTP transferring to the fucking PS3 takes.
Yeah.
There also shockingly was far fewer games I wanted than I thought, because I already own most of the ones that I would want. Like, I already own I already own Project 8. I already own all the Disgaias. I already own both Ratchets. I already own Thieves in Time, the Sly one. But I did, and I haven't beaten any game on it yet. That's going to be the real test. I did play several of them, though.
Okay.
Like, I played the first couple levels of the Simpsons game. And I can finally play some some Japanese imports without paying $90 for a game that's probably bad.
Uh-huh.
Like Sengoku Basara 4, which has a fucking translation patch.
Oh, cool.
I actually imported, I think, that one.
I haven't booted it, so I don't know how well it works, but that does exist. I did boot the Hajime no Ippo PS3 game, though. That game's kind of weird because it's almost like a God of War perspective fight, like boxing game. It's like right over the shoulder.
Huh.
Weird. That could be awesome. I was talking about during, I don't remember. It was God Hand. I was talking about how much I would like a melee combat thing with that camera, but it operates like Zone of the Enders. So you just have the R2 button to do like little dashes and things. So I don't know. It could be like that.
Yeah, I will probably actually play more of that game. The patch, that also had a translation patch, but it only covers like the menus. It doesn't cover any of the story shit, so that probably wouldn't be a stream. I did play one other thing though, because I was so curious. We discussed it a couple weeks ago. Beat Down Fists of Vengeance.
Ooh.
I played an hour of it and then went, I might stream this. I have to stop.
Is this the Caveat one?
Yes.
Okay.
Despite being Caveat, it has shockingly good game feel.
Huh. Weird.
So this game, and whether or not it would be a good game is a good stream is entirely dependent on how long it is. Because if it's too long, it dies instantly. Because you get to pick between one of 4 characters to play as, which means the character can never talk or do anything in any cutscene.
Oh, yeah. Great.
You do get a short monologue they do at the beginning of each chapter, though. So I picked this guy. I believe his name is Raven. I'm gonna post him. Where's Raven? Now, I need everyone to look at Raven and tell me, what accent do you think he would have?
That's the wrong image.
I wouldn't even expect like a strong accent. I figured he'd just sound straight up normal American.
I'm thinking either Southern German or South African.
Since you said accent, I'm going to guess Australian.
South African would be fucking wild. You know what? I'm torn between going, because again, you're asking me what accent I think he has. That gives me an idea that he has a non-typical American accent. So we're going with Latino, Mexican Spanish, or we're going with Russian.
Okay, important character design trait you can't see from this. Those white things on his shoulders is because there's a giant falcon on his back. Like a falcon emblem. He has a Scottish accent.
Oh, well, we tried. We tried.
Which is not good. In fact, it's so bad I'm kind of not sure that the person doing it speaks English as their first language.
Whoa.
That's the best.
So every time you beat somebody in a fight, he yells, "You're a wanker and always will be."
Oh, okay.
This game is really ambitious.
He looks like he'd be from King of Fighters Maximum Impact.
Yes, he does. You can change your character's clothes, and that determines how likely each gang or the police are to attack you unprompted. So it's like if you don't dress as a member, if you don't dress like conspicuously, they will not attack you. Meanwhile, if you walk around wearing your "I am a gangster" suit, they will all attack you. This game does have some amazing cutscenes, though, and story beats, even if he doesn't talk at all. So, you go to a bar, and you're like, you're going to need help to take down the gangs. So, go to the police and steal their blacklist, because it's full of criminals who will help you. So you go towards the police station. Suddenly, you're surrounded by cop cars, and the police chief is like there to arrest you personally with like 40 guys.
That is great.
So he throws you into you get thrown into jail. You beat on the door for a while, and the guard comes in to rough you up. And then you beat him up. And then he just has that blacklist on him.
Why?
And then you just go up the staircase, and the exit is immediately right there. They really didn't want to keep you in very much.
No.
This game also has a bizarre morale system. I think they call it pride. So you have your health, and then under your health, you have like a bar that's on fire. And whenever you get hit, you lose some of that. And I don't know what happens if you lose all of it, because that never happened to me in the time I was playing. But if an enemy loses, you can immediately defeat them no matter how much health they have by getting them in a grab. And then once you grab them, you can either try to recruit them, because a big part of this game is you can call in supports, and you'll have like 3 or 4 guys running with you, which probably makes the game run terribly.
Yeah.
You can shake them down for money, or you can demand information, which is truly the most worthless shit you've ever heard. Except allegedly, if you get enough useless information, eventually they will tell you where the leader of the local gang is, so you can progress. Or you can just, I guess, kill them. I never picked it because it says like rough them up, and I guess that either continues the fight or you just pummel them. It's interesting. At least Capcom didn't put their name on something that's just totally abysmal.
Well, that time.
Yeah, that time. I also played 2 Seconds of Urban Rain.
Yeah, I was looking that one up because you brought this one up. And they're like, oh, that was Namco. That was like Project Soul.
That
oh,
sucks.
Really?
It feels so much worse than Beatdown.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Again,
it feels almost like they tried to the impression I get is that like they tried to create beat 'em up Tekken, but nobody who worked on Tekken was there.
Oh, that's
I need Bob to check it out because I need to know if it plays worse than Dead by Degrees.
Nino,
That'd be
Like they're
pretty
both
rough.
Namco.
They are both Namco. Then Namco doesn't exactly have a high batting average with these. Like, Final Fight Streetwise is way better than Death by Degrees, like easily.
Yeah, and I can tell just from touching Beatdown that it's better. We need more beat 'em ups.
Mm-hmm.
Like they went away. Not even beat 'em ups. I want more games where I punch people.
Right.
That is a criminally underserved genre of game. Like that's part of the reason I got into Yakuza so hard is because you just punch people. Whenever you get to pick a weapon and you can pick punching people, I usually pick that one. I did a Fallout New Vegas run where I took stunning blows and you just make me paralyze people and they fall over when you punch them. Yeah, I think that's all I played. I did pick up let me make sure I'm reading the name right. I don't know if there's an S in it or not. There is not. I picked up a Trange Overlord.
Oh,
cool.
So I am going to play that over the next week.
oh, cool, nice.
Yeah, did you pick up the full game aggro, or did you just play the demo?
Yeah, I've only played the demo so far.
Okay.
Well, maybe it can be a Sisterhood of the Traveling Game subject.
You excited for that Spyro game that's coming up this weekend, Chris?
Yes, I'm even more excited to be playing it on the Xbox Series X emulation. We're going to stress test it.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. That's great. You know what else you should be excited for?
What?
The Pod Lords!
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Pod
fuck!
Lords?
What's happening?
Yes, that's right. The Pod Lords. Pod Lords such as BN12, Red Blaze 27, Suzu Shiro, Rado, WTF Spider-Man, Mr. I Like Spam, Muckbun. No, does this mean all along the saboteur was the Pod Lords? Chris C. Cooper Tank. The strongest DMC tourist of today versus the strongest DMC tourist in history.
I don't think either of them are tourists. They're just narcissists who thought they could take over.
Uh-huh.
Indigo Sykes. Lost Vikings and Dungeon Gals Appreciator, Gaiji. Moon Muse Entertainment Studio. Entertainment. Why did I try to add a name? This needs more words. You're so short compared to all these other Pod Lords.
Yeah, you could get Mouse in there somehow.
Shinji16 would like to remind you that you matter, you are valid, and you deserve to be happy.
Thank you, Box?
Saralene. Timothy Pfister, Platinum Pragmata. Now give me the Mega Man costume, Capcom. You have it. I don't care if it looks janky. Let me have it.
Yeah, no, that's... Where is it, Capcom? Where is it?
Even if you just make it look like one of those hideous anime girl costumes where they have the big plastic head.
Yup.
Yep.
My investigations into Star Fox, i.e., played 64 in the SNES games, concludes that there's only one way out of the Lilac Wars.
I like that somebody said on Blue Sky said that the Lilat Wars was like Fox's Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Bearded Joe.
Man, the Kazan team was dissolved and Liza P is now hiring our AI artists. Souls-like future is dire.
Cleo Chrome.
$50, Podlord man. Put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me, my podcast love. Tell him, Bob.
This is a crime. This is a war crime. There better not be any other bits like this.
No, this is great. What are you talking about?
I'm surprised it took this long, honestly.
I don't care how many cute lesbians you put in mixtape. I'm not giving Larry Ellison money. The worst
there
thing
aren't any lesbians in that game, for the record.
The worst they could say is no. We have concluded that your proposal is neither credible nor attractive. So, you're posting Hassan of the 100 Faces. Everyone, get in the car! We're leaving this town now! What the? No! This isn't a car! Impossible! Herman Purple! I don't get this joke. I don't get it at all. Is there a part where the car isn't a car in Stardust Crusaders? I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's the clip that I always attach, and then he's actually jumping onto a fence. I don't know why it's become a meme, but it has.
Yeah, that shot's good. It's a good clip. I don't know. It could become a meme. I'll allow it.
Can the next meme be that that shot of Polnareff striking the ridiculous, impossible pose while talking about his sister being murdered?
I feel like we're really overlooking that someone made a full 3D model of Noelle Gardevoir.
I know, right?
And
like,
it's a
that's
pile of
insane.
money
that
number
to her.
9s
She
I'm
needs
jumping
that.
on.
Get that to Noelle somehow. She's gonna need it.
Jesus.
I mean, it is really fucking cool. Oh yeah, also Podlord, the brute force amount of emojis you stuck in this text broke Windows for me. Because Firefox, when you save regions of a screen using the screen cap function, it just puts whatever the text element in as the file name. It became unrenamable. I was like, okay, I'll just save it again and then just save it with the name I want. False. Broke it again. I had to screen cap this, take it into Photoshop and save it like that.
Windows is incredible operating system.
Look, there are only so many emoji you can put in before it loses its mind. Anyways, we were doing, right, different dimension deity, super dimensional sovereign emperor, zero paradox. You are making this up.
I had the same thought. At a certain point, we have to stop believing this, right?
So there are no paradoxes, you say? None?
Yeah,
okay,
remember the only reason this shit can fit on a card is because I think they do DDD, and I guess in this case DDDD.
Conchome, forma de Fredo. I don't like that.
I like that a lot,
cute.
honestly.
Digital basic. It's really cute.
Huh.
This is his glam.
What?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
There's a lot going on.
It's just delightful.
Andrew. Nintendo presents Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Dr. Aggro, but I thought we left you in the clutches of the giant octopus.
Very good. I personally would have gone with making aggro old Dexter from Ego Trip.
There's still time.
Sadistic autistic.
I love working 12-hour shifts. I love working 12-hour shifts. I love working 12-hour shifts.
Man, built different. Every time anybody I'm friends with is like, I had to work a 12-hour shift, I had to work a 16-hour shift, I'd be like, I'd kill myself. I could do that once in my life.
It's not great.
Nah, that sucks.
Just V, Yuki, EXE, and NOY. Thank you very much to our Podlord.
Thank you,
Podlords. And if you'd like to become a Podlord, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get many benefits, such as early access to Chugging Bleach, which is closer than you think. Extended content for other shows we do. A patron-funded show, one a month. Either a public show where we watch a horrible thing and patrons get a commentary track, or a private show where patrons vote between 4 good movies and we have to watch it and talk about it. You also get an entire movie called Isolation 119. This is a full feature-length film about a man going to Thailand to drink beers, get in fights with the locals, play League of Legends, at least that was his plan, presumably, because he brought his iMac, and solve the injuring of his brother. Microsoft Sam shows up. He's a member of Organization 13 now. And other benefits, patreon.com/gbpodcast. And if you don't have any money, it always helps immensely to tell your friends, spread the word, rate us on Thursdays, rate us on your podcasting app of choice, and like, leave a comment and subscribe if you listen on YouTube right now. Patreon.com/gbpodcast.
I hear we've got some news.
There it is.
Just put up the flyer. Raven can stay right there. He can be our guest this time.
Weird ass Timu Mishima.
He does just look like a Tekken character.
Mm-hmm.
God, what Tekken character does he look like?
He looks
Fox.
like Lars's cousin.
Yes. What was the one you said, Bob?
Steve Fox. Somebody in chat
yeah,
said it
he's
earlier.
right.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Steve Fox.
Yeah, he's Steve Fox.
Yeah. Like dyed hair, but that's about it.
So good news, everyone. Sega has canceled their Supergame. Which, reminder, was not one singular game, but rather a series of AAA games they intended to make. Based on what we know, we're going to be turning all of their IPs into service games.
God.
That Sonic Rumble thing tanked like nobody gave a shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I played it. I get it.
Like all of their mobile shit that isn't explicitly Rovio doing Angry Birds shit failed.
Mhm. Yeah, don't they even say like, hey, we're gonna redouble on Rovio doing mobile stuff?
Yes.
It's like, yeah, no, you got that company for that. It's not gonna work for anything else, dude.
Marathon landing with a big wet thud probably also is pushing these companies to be like, if fucking the people who started it can't succeed in the space,
Right.
we need to get the fuck out. What is notable is they did not take an impairment loss or report any kind of like, we lost the development cost of XX and Y, like Sony did with Bungie this week, or like Square Enix did back when they canceled that shit. Implying most of this is probably being converted into real games, which I guess would make sense if they were making them in their already popular IPs.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So this might be the optimal outcome for everyone.
I just looked at the marathon charts again, just out of curiosity. It has just been a downward trend.
Yeah, that makes
it's like it can't consistently keep higher numbers than the Steam version of Uma Musume.
Mm-hmm.
I am very curious what exactly is going to happen when they do the server reset, and if it will bring more people back. I don't think that's the case, but I'm very curious.
It'll either bring people back or do extremely the opposite.
Yeah.
Because there has to be people playing that game who don't know that's going to happen.
Oh, 100%.
I think they put out something today saying that they want to try and get more people in by having a strictly PvE mode and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know.
It's like this never works.
Right, like you don't.
This like desperate pivot doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could it's especially won't work because you cost money.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna get so many people to know that they're going to do this. We'll see, I guess.
I think they also said something about doing a battle royale mode, and it's like just close Bungie, just close the studio. Sell them back to Microsoft. It's what they deserve. Switch 2 got a 50% price increase in the United States. I didn't look up the price increases in other regions.
50%?
What?
$50. I'm sorry.
$50.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck?
Give it a couple months. But to make it go down a little smoother, Nintendo has announced the quote-unquote temporary until that man dies pick your own game bundle, which when you buy a Switch 2, you can pick between Mario Kart 8, Bonanza, or Pokopia. Which is what Sony should be doing.
No, yeah, right? They should be trying to entice customers to keep buying
Sony,
instead of literally nothing.
Hey, Sony, you know what somebody should get if they buy a PS5? That PlayStation Select shit from the launch of the PS5. They should just get all those games.
Yeah.
No, we deleted that program for no reason.
All those games have already made their money or not made their money. What you need now is to incentivize people to not just stare at your box slowly die while waiting for it to go down in price.
No value, only theoretically maximized revenue.
Wow.
Sony declares a $765 million impairment loss on Bungie. This means that they consider Bungie worth that much less than what they paid for Bungie. This is total. They took a $200 million one a couple months ago and took a $500 million one and change this week. I expect there to be more.
Yeah, no, like how much did they buy Bungie for? It was way too much.
Like 3.7 billion, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, this is gonna keep going up. It's absolutely going to hit over $1 billion.
3.6.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have further losses reported on that end. Now, to be specific, this does not mean Sony actually lost any money. It does mean that Bungie will be beaten with a stick until unrecognizable.
Mm-hmm.
Remember a long time ago when Amazon announced the Lord of the Rings MMO and we all said, you already have an MMO, are you stupid? Mm-hmm. Well, then that MMO died, and they moved all the people over to this MMO, and then they just canceled it.
Oh.
Wow.
Sounds about right.
I wish these companies were so predictably horrible.
Yeah, it sucks. They also canceled something called Project Trident, which was an unannounced Norse comedy action game. It had heavy AI usage, which was mandated from Amazon. The way it used AI was you would talk to the NPCs, and you would have to issue them orders via voice or text, and the AI would make them do that.
Wow.
So it wouldn't just it'd be combat orders and like go climb over this and open the door for me. Those totally aren't things you can do with a wheel and a button.
Yeah.
The reason it was comedic is so that players would accept it more when this shit didn't work.
Cool.
They were very specific though that none of the AI use like this is internal shit. This isn't Amazon saying this. This is like insiders to Eurogamer. No user forward content was ever going to be generative AI like made with generative AI. It seems like that's just not possible because it doesn't make shit good enough. Huh. It seems like everybody, even the dumbest motherfuckers, are like, we can't put assets made with generative AI in front of people. They will rebel immediately. We have to hide it.
God, did you see that Blue Sky post where it's just somebody saying, we've stopped doing code reviews. I just want to end it.
Oh.
It was a random post that said that, and a quote post that said, this is like a text log in a horror game. They just picked this shit up off the ground.
Oh, I have a funny thing about vibe coding. So Microsoft was like, we'd like our developers to use Copilot to vibe code. But we also have like Claude licenses, so you can use that if you want. Their employees so overwhelmingly preferred Claude that Microsoft got butthurt and started canceling their Claude licenses.
Yup.
Cool.
So not only are you making dog shit, you're not even good at it.
You're not even the best makers of dog shit.
That game was initially supposed to be a multiplayer thing where you climbed giants and fought them.
What?
What the fuck?
It was positively reviewed internally, but then they got the AI mandate and are like, we can't put anything like that into our game. I guess we better pivot the game to be that, because otherwise we have to throw this out and make a new pitch that will also be rejected. Notably, apparently Amazon, like, and I have to assume that what I'm about to say is the case at every single one of these companies. They didn't have like meetings about AI or like training to teach people how to use these tools. They just were like, use the machine. Use it. Use it.
Why are they this stupid?
Of course they're
Because they were told AI was magic, and they were told that there was no learning curve to using it, and nobody would have to do anything to it, and it could do the job of 1,000 employees.
Yeah.
Yep. And they just took it at face value.
And after decades of corporatism, every upper-level management position is a self-selected group of either idiots or soulless sycophants.
Yep.
Mercury Steam laid off a bunch of people this week because Blades of Fire didn't succeed at all. We were talking about this a little bit before the podcast, but we need a word, like an official word, stronger than underperformed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like we need a polite way to say completely and utterly bombed. Like we can't do this passive cop voice on your game selling 4 digits anymore. And Capcom fiscal year 2026, they had a presentation where they talked about using generative AI. They gave a lot of examples that you probably shouldn't do it, but that's how all this shit is, isn't it? One of them was research. Noel, go.
You're gonna trust the lying machine that tried to convince a dude he invented a new type of mathematics to do your research.
Maybe they just mean use it to find resources.
They never mean
It's
that.
almost competent at that. It's like actually fairly useful at finding sources for you that you can then go read that it did not like tell you.
They mean whatever will make you the less angry while we fire people with this as an excuse.
Yep.
Hopefully that won't happen because Japan has laws.
Imagine.
They'll probably just put people in a position where they don't have to work, and then they'll quit out of shame.
That is just
which is a
spirit.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. It's like that might have worked before I had a phone.
Right?
Although actually, it probably still wouldn't have. You would be shocked at how good I am at not doing anything.
You have
Right.
no idea how long I can shit if I have nothing else to do today.
Sony also talked about AI usage in their latest fiscal presentation. I didn't actually see anything about this one.
Yeah,
Is it
this
as
actually
simple as
came
that,
out,
or
like,
do they say something stupider?
and this one came out last week around Friday, where they're like, we used it to make Aylay's hair and make some sort of technology that is better at doing facial capture.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like AI generative stuff. It sounds like they used machine learning algorithms to help them create models for hair and also process fucking motion capture data, which is, that is not... I get why you tell investors you're using
right,
AI, but that's not the...
Right, they're trying to
like
conflate the
it's,
two.
Which, I mean,
Like a
that's
lot
the
of
problem
these-
all along. Machine learning
Yeah.
is the fundamental processing method for this fucking generative AI shit.
Yeah.
But they want their AI,
But yeah, a
their
lot of
investors
these-
just hear AI make a thing good. Here, example of good AI, and them go, wow.
I really am wondering how much of this is just people, these studios making specialized tools like the one Spider-Verse's studio used to help them with the rigging.
Yeah, this when they specifically even said the fucking motion capture data stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, it's like those sane uses of machine learning, where you're taking an absolute like brute force of data and you're parsing it in a way that's usable.
Yeah, if I remember right on Spider-Verse, they built some kind of tool where the artist could make adjustments in 2D space that would be accurately translated to 3D space.
It'd be really funny if it came out that, yeah, the first game we used this technology on was Saros. It's like, bro, that had like the worst facial captures I've seen.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm waiting for someone to be like, we don't have to do motion capture. We trained the AI on tons of faces. It'll do the motion capture. It'll fake motion capture for us. and then that's very, very apparent when it starts looking like a Source filmmaker horror video.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people confused about this. Motion capture is when you get people on a set, you put trackers on them, and you have them perform the scene. It is not animation. I'm seeing a lot of people thinking this is like, they're gonna make the movement with the AI. And it's like, no, like the thing they said literally even was processing motion capture. Which, yeah, that shit is a nightmare. You watch any documentary where they go into, and this is how we deal with motion capture. And then we still have to have an unbelievable amount of artists. Like, we have to have engineers fix it so it's good. Because no matter how good it gets, it's still inherently broken as fuck. And then after the engineer fixes it to mostly be good, they still have artists come in to seal the deal at the end because, you know, as it turns out, all you have is data. All you have is emotion in a 3D space. You don't get the full delivery of what you wanted in the scene until you animate it.
Yeah, there's definitely tedium in development that I could see machine learning powered tools helping with. But we're never going to hear about that until this bubble pops and people stop calling everything AI.
Yeah, and the hair thing with Aloy sounded very similarly like turning a hyper complex 3D model into an animated, more polygon conservative thing. That's
it
what
even sounded like they were using it to make a reference, and then they actually modeled the one they wanted.
Yeah, no, that exactly. That is. I remember somebody was talking about somebody tried to make a thing that reduced geometry at a topology level with AI. And it just made a fucked up nightmare that wasn't performant at all and looked like shit.
Right.
It's like, guys, we have tools that do this.
But AI.
But AI. Anyways, is that everything for industry burning down? I think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I'm feeling safe.
This reminds me, I saw a YouTube video of someone like compiled all the information they had on the Uncharted 4 original Amy Hennig version and make like an hour and a half video on it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've got that loaded up. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I watched the first bit of it. It was like, oh, this is really comprehensive. They like go step by step, like this is the progression of the game, and have like behind the
I
scenes
can't
stuff
wait.
that they found.
Tell me when they get to the part of the video where she's trapped in a spell circle and sent to hell.
Yeah, they keep saying Paragon, Paragon, Paragon.
And it
And then
takes like
she-
10
and then
years.
And then she looks up and Bob Iger is there and
Oh, wow.
and Han Solo is there and Captain America is there.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, let's get to news. Hey, Bob, do you want to lead us on news?
Sure.
Okay.
We got a lot of info about Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok this week.
I see.
They put out a couple trailers. One of the trailers actually has like, here's new story content. There is a new story to play through in this game.
Yay.
So that's really cool. They showed off 2 new playable characters. We got Fraux, who is
Frau?
a cat girl with devil powers, and Fidelia, who is some sort of dragon girl. They both look pretty cool. And then the 2 bosses from the previous game, Galanza and Magliel. She's the little one with all the swords. And the other
Oh,
one's,
that's so fucking dope.
the other one's the giant guy with the giant spear. And they're both playable now.
That's the best.
Yeah, no, that'll be really neat. They also talked about adding summons to the game, which are like they show dozens of these.
So
So
there's no way with all this shit they're adding.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that they're like, this is all shit that's going to be in the sequel that we're making right now.
This feels like it is the sequel, but I don't know. I haven't checked into if there's an upgrade pass for this. I hope there is. It'd feel pretty mean if there wasn't. But the summons, the way they work is apparently you can have like 4 different ones assigned to yourself. And they showed a bunch of different ones. Like you can have just, okay, straight up, a dragon comes down and you get to aim the laser. There's one where you actually play as a dude. Like you remember the pretty boy who's always with you throughout the first game that's in yellow and has like rapier that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
You can just summon him and play as him. And then other more standard like stat buffing things, like a squad of villagers jumps in and cheers you on and then boosts some of your stats.
There is an upgrade path. This must be a big chunk of content because it is pricey. It is $30 to upgrade.
Poof.
I'll pay it if there's more story content.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly. And the other big thing they're adding is the Conflux mode, which seems to be a single player roguelike style mode that's, as they say,
Cool.
good for leveling.
That is great.
They really need something like that. Looks cool. I'm very excited. I assume with that $30 upgrade, then it at least comes with all the characters that came out between the 2 games. I hope. I don't
almost
have to pay for
certainly.
them.
Did you have to pay for them in the first place? Weren't they?
Technically, you can
updates?
unlock them from doing stuff in game, but it was like ludicrous amounts of stuff. Like doing the super late game, like highest end content, which was ludicrous to do. Or you could give them like $2 or $3. Like they were cheap to just buy, but if you had to grind it out yourself, it took forever. But yeah, that looks really neat. I'm very excited. They also was a new Garfield game announced this week. Garfield Escape from Monday, which comes out September 24th. It's a 3D platformer.
And good news, everyone. It's shipping on Xbox.
Oh, thank God.
Hooray.
Yeah,
Because
hooray.
It is also microid, so they learned from everybody screaming at them for a version that I'm sure they made no fucking money whatsoever on.
No, I don't believe this is in the Endless Monday franchise. I haven't checked, but I don't think it's in there.
I could easily see like the Indiana Jones, but it's Penny-esque poster for Escape from Monday.
God. Now I wish that crossover could happen. That would be pretty great.
Tiger Chan beating Garfield to death.
Yes. Dokev and Plan 8 are still in development. for people who don't remember, these were both announced at the same time as Crimson Desert, but Crimson Desert from the same dev, Pearl Abyss. Dokev was shown off at that Jeff Keighley show. It's a thing where they all look kind of like Splatoon characters, and it's a weird social MMO.
Yeah, there was skateboarding and monster collection, and you shot guns, and you bounced on like one of those bouncy balls you had in elementary school in gym. And you had a big inflatable hammer, and it was every fucking thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. And Plan 8, I honestly completely forgot about. It's some weird shooter with exosuits. It's an MMO. And watching the trailer, you never guess it's that.
Yeah, this doesn't look very good.
But yeah, both of those are still in the works. Apparently, Dokev is now in pre-production.
Wait.
What? And yet they say they want to get these games out every 2 to 3 years.
What the fuck?
Which Crimson Desert came out this year. You're going to go from pre-production on Dokev to it being out.
Well, maybe pre-production is basically done, and they're about to move all the people from Crimson Desert over to it.
And then production and everything. Well, all of that will fit into.
They did a lot of pre-production.
Well, they're going to use AI to speed it up because there is AI in Crimson Desert.
Yeah, of course. Like, and this is a Korean company. They are heavy into AI. I mean, I think there was more news about Stellar Blade developers this week saying that they will announce more about those games, the next 2 games.
Yeah, they said they'll announce the Stellar Blade sequel and something else this year. I assume that Stellar Blade sequel is going to be out like early next year, if not late this year.
I hope they keep using more and more AI, and they're like, yeah, maybe so we can't actually finish the game.
I mean, they're not going to announce the game at all this year and make that announcement way in advance and then also release it this year. That's not, there's like no way, right?
Oh, yeah, no. Didn't you say next year, Chris?
No, he said late
this
early
year,
next year
or maybe late this year. Yeah, I expect like the same time the first Stellar Blade came out next year. So like March.
I would expect it further out than that.
Yeah.
Man, every time Shift Up opens their fucking mouth, though, they're like AI, and everyone's like, boo.
That is every Korean company, every Chinese company. It's honestly everybody. It's fucking everybody. Go play retro games.
I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. Not Shift Up, the CEO. What do you think the CEO speaks on behalf of?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right? What is this
I'm sorry.
insane
What is this?
delineation you built into your brain?
I'm sorry you like Nikki, but cope. This is cope. This is embarrassing cope.
But yeah, no, it's like, wasn't their statement the last time they came out and did this, Bob? They were like, in order to fight Japan and the Americans on the game development front, we need AI. And I'm like, no, your game had the thing that you can compete with. You're good. Just make it again.
If you look at American game development right now, it's in shambles. You don't need to try to beat that.
Oh, was it China and the US?
I
thought it was Japan and the US. Okay. But yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. It was like, you did fine. Make another game, and you will be doing something none of them can do in America.
Right? You got a sequel out in under 5 years?
Under 5?
What are you talking
Holy
about?
shit. What the fuck?
I will say, like Noel said that it would make no sense to announce it this far out and then the game be soon. But if they're announcing another new game on top of it, like at the same time, they're announcing both in the same breath, I could see them doing that. Like this one's sooner and then this one's further away.
Yeah, I could see it being sometime in the first half of next year, but that would have to be if development went so well. And I really doubt that.
It's not a big game. 4 years to make not that big a game.
Is Stellar Blade that old?
Yeah, it came out in 2023.
Nope, 2024.
Oh, okay. Then maybe late next year. I thought it had been longer. Time ceased to exist when COVID happened.
Yeah, that's fair, because I was sitting there and I'm like, that game's only 2 years old, right? I'm not sure though. It got a pro patch, but that could mean it came out at any point in human history that randomly occurred. I don't have any data points to tie this to.
Right. All right. Rusted Moss, the game I played for Game of the Year a few years ago and really liked a lot, is getting a sequel. It's called Iron Bramble. I don't think it's actually a story sequel, but it is absolutely the same game.
I love that because it's like, look up synonyms.
Yes.
We need words that are similar at an evocative level, but they are different words. Rusted moss, iron bramble.
They are going with their name for their genre is momentum-based Metroidvania.
Ooh.
Which makes sense. The whole thing is going around with a grapple hook that can do lots of things you probably shouldn't be able to do and get sequence break at any moment. The first one was a lot of fun. The main difference here seems to be that you now play as a character with a pretty dress, and she might be a robot.
Whoa.
Okie dokie.
That game did sound really cool when you were talking about it, Rusted Moss.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I was surprised that they got another one coming already. Another game that was, I think most of these are published by Playism. That's why they ended up getting announced close to each other. A Passing in the Night. It's a surreal survival horror 3D adventure game where you wander around a town at night. It kind of gave me vibes of like LSD on the PS1. But yeah, it's just like, you just some dude wandering around a city. You get calls on your cell phone, it looks like. And you can just go around this empty looking town. And I guess paranormal stuff happens, maybe. Or maybe that the whole vibe of the city is atrocious.
Huh.
But yeah, it looks pretty neat. Also, Overwatch characters are now coming to Fortnite. You can't stop them.
Okay.
What the what?
Sure.
What?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Tim Sweeney. This ain't bringing it back, bud. Is this what we've come to? You're like, I give a fucking Overwatch. Who gives a fuck? Where's Saber? Now that would make some money.
No, we're crossing over with the other competitive multiplayer games. You get to be Tracer, Mercy, Genshin, or D.Va. And D.Va looks terrible.
Yeah, they all look terrible, honestly.
Is Saber not in Fortnite?
No.
That's weird.
There is a lot of other anime, so I could understand the confusion. Yeah, I hear Overwatch is on an uptick. Like, apparently it's outperforming Marvel Rivals at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So this might be well timed for that, but I don't know.
Are those people going to want to go play Fortnite?
I don't think so. But that's all my news.
Okay. We'll move on to my news. Right before we went live, it apparently leaked that pictures leaked of Microsoft's Xbox Elite Controller 3.
Whoa.
So the two major things going on with this compared to the Elite 2 and the Elite 1, it has that button in the middle, which apparently is to switch it, or there's a button to switch. I assume it's that one because it's not low enough to be the share button again, but whatever. To switch between local mode and cloud mode.
Come on.
Also, cloud mode. What do you not get? How are you confused about the cloud mode? You need a mode for the cloud?
No,
cloud,
right.
sir.
Like,
Yeah.
how does your controller go into cloud mode? What the fuck are we talking about?
So instead of connecting to a local machine, it tries to dial into the server. Because the way these cloud controllers work is they connect to your wireless router to send the signals, and then it'll route it to.
Oh yeah, that definitely works fucking great. That'll work great.
It'll feel awesome. The major mechanic that any human will ever use. They added 2 fucking scroll wheels to the bottom of a goddamn controller.
That seems.
Oh my god!
What
I've
do you
always
do?
wanted to scroll up and down at the same time.
Right?
What?
Please give me the one sicko tank game that will make full use of this.
I guess it is easy enough to put your thumbs down there, but what a weird, how are these going to be used? They're only on the Elite controller.
When faced with a complete lack of innovation in controller design over the last 13 years, they went, well, what else have we put on devices we've sold? Scroll wheels. Fuck it.
Chat and game volume control.
No.
Yeah, no.
The left one controls red and the right one controls green, and you could just make your image more red or more green.
Jesus.
It's brightness and contrast, so you can you can fix the HDR on the fly.
Oh, thank God.
Maybe it lets you tune the sensitivity of the sticks.
I think it's just an interface thing. I think Microsoft has a hardware division whose sole job is to do this, and the best they could come up with in 13 years of not adding a single real feature to the controller is to put 2 scroll wheels on the bottom.
I mean, yeah, the context is pathetic, but that is an interesting input option.
It is.
This would be very cool if this was the neck controller from them, not the Elite controller, the neck controller.
Yes.
So the games would just have it integrated, and they would have to.
So another thing that's really annoying about it, maybe that's just me. You know what? It's just me. It's just me. No one else cares. I don't think any of the Elite heads care. It's just me who cares. They're doing rechargeable battery again. I like the fact the Xbox controllers have batteries. That's like number one thing I actually truly think is a nice feature about them, but it's a removable rechargeable battery pack.
It doesn't have the inputs like you could put AA's in there instead?
They're saying it's a removable rechargeable battery pack. I hope you're right, and it just has a cartridge you insert the AA's in and then shove in there, like with the 360. But as of right now, they're saying the Elite one had a 1,528 milliamp hour battery, and the Elite 2 had a 2,050 milliamp hour battery.
That's weird. I thought they didn't put the battery in until the Elite 2. Huh.
Yeah, so I don't know. Scroll wheels are neat. It's just, again, it's only sad from the angle of 13 years. They still don't have gyro. They don't have a good idea for triggers. They don't have good rumble, which, I guess maybe this might have good rumble, but I feel like if it did, it would be in the leagues.
Right.
So
yeah, that's one neat thing about like the Sony stuff. Like that Saros, the most impressive thing probably is the rumble.
It is really cool because it works with the voices and shit. So you get the deep booming voice thing going on, and also your controller's going wild.
Also going back to RE.
Sorry, go ahead.
Going back to RE9, I also noticed it pretty heavily there was like raindrops on it. It's very neat.
Yeah, Capcom does a good job with that shit. They're one of the good third parties that actually tries, and Pragmata at least supports that shit on PC. But that's not the truly interesting Xbox controller news of the week. The same place, Technoblog, has leaked the Xbox. If you're watching this live, brace your fucking ass for these images. The Xbox Cloud controller. Holy shit, we have found a new low lower than Little Brother Player 2 controller.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, that's rough.
Shit brick controller.
Sorry, I looked away for a minute. What are these decorative soaps now?
Oh, these are controllers.
That is indeed how they look.
These are so bad, they honestly remind me of a whole brand of third-party controllers we sold at GameStop. I can't remember the name of them, but they look almost identical.
I know what you're talking about. I also do not know their name.
Yeah, that's incredible shit right there. That is remarkable. Oh man, they have measurements? One moment. Man, they really got a lot of these fucking pictures over there at Technoblog. Look at this shit. What the fuck?
I'll see it.
This is so baby.
Yes.
This is controller baby. But yeah, these are for the cloud, so you can use it on your TV when you're cloud gaming with your Xbox Cloud.
No one does that.
Cloud.
No one will ever do that. We've already tested this for the last 25 years.
Cloud.
Even you know that nobody will do this because you said so in statements to the fucking regulators when you bought Activision.
Cloud. The cloud?
God, I'm so tired of this. Why do these just always refuse to go away?
Cloud controller versus Joy-Cons. Who wins in the Cramp Olympics?
I was thinking about that. They were like, oh yeah, the Switch is popular. Clearly this must be the secret.
I'm gonna have to say this is worse than the Joy-Cons. I can lay my hands down with the Joy-Cons, especially on the Switch 2, and they're large enough to fit each one into a hand comfortably. There's no tech, there's no trick, there's no salvation.
I found out the other week that I cannot rapid tap on a Joy-Con while holding it. I'd have to put it down to do that.
Yes, that's a problem I have run into as well.
I have never had that problem, but I could easily see myself having it.
Yeah, which this Xbox controller seems like the best controller I've seen to lay on a table entirely while playing.
Yeah, Bob. Have you ever considered typing on your controller like it's a keyboard?
Please look down at the gamepad.
No.
By the way, Bob, I'm not sure if I told you. Actually, I just took a test, and it turns out that I have autism.
What? Yeah, I know.
You knew? How?
Yeah.
I just took the test. Did I already tell you? I just took it now.
Yeah. You definitely already told me. That's it.
Okay. Man, that was confusing. Anyways, hey, Aggro.
Hey.
I hear you also have some news.
PlayArc has announced Moss, the Forgotten Relic. It is straight up just a flat screen version of Moss and Moss Book 2 in a single game. It is slated to come out this year for PC and consoles, like all of them, even Xbox.
Wow. That's kind of neat. Also, it doesn't seem like they're ashamed of having made the VR version, like the guys who did Seventh Guest.
Yeah, it's a little weird seeing this running flat screen. It's like much more than Seventh Guest. This seems like a much lessened experience outside of VR, but it is an opportunity for people to play Moss Book 2. So cool.
Yeah, I'm curious how much that loses doing this.
Similarly, the Talos Principle 3 has been announced for PS5 and PC.
Wow.
Damn.
Yup. Apparently, by the time they were allowed to make 2, they envisioned 2 and 3 together, which, if you play 2 to the end, makes sense. It ends on a, we're definitely making another game sort of note.
Now, will this game also include the mascot from Devolver Digital?
God, I fucking hope so. I need to see what Devolver's role is in this further flung of the story. Reading from the Steam page. As if awakening from a troubled sleep, you find yourself in a strange, contradictory world of crumbling temples and abandoned science outposts. The Anomaly. The only place in the universe where the laws of physics don't work as they should. I am rock hard. And will be until this game comes out. Please, someone... Good. It's been about 4 hours since I heard about this.
You need to call an ambulance.
Yeah, no, I don't have any blood in my fingers anymore. So if somebody could wellness check me.
Oh my God, I'm not doing anything to you.
It is. Do we have a date at least?
We have nothing.
Oh no!
They were like, here's the teaser. It lives.
It's so over.
Gonna get a poster that says you have to live until Talos Principle 3 comes out.
Whatever keeps you going.
NeoWiz did a Q1 earnings report that confirmed Lies of P's sequel is out of the prototyping phase and into full development. Interestingly, the guys making Lies of P recently posted a job listing for, let's see here, an applicant who will use AI tools like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion for asset creation and post-process, all this horse shit. They have said that is for future projects and has nothing to do with the Lies of P sequel. Take the word of people who use Gen AI for their work at whatever value that has for you.
Yeah. I do not believe we will ever see a game actually ship that heavily uses Gen AI assets because I don't believe you can make them look good.
Well,
Dead
I
House
mean-
Sonata differs.
Right? Dead House Sonata
Like,
and Crimson Desert would like to
the way-
talk.
Like, it's in this weird place where everybody's like, but it makes the thing. We gotta use it. So it's like, if you use it, if you too obviously have Gen AI shit in your game, not even completely disregarding like people who hate AI. Nobody wants to pay for it because it's slop. They've seen this before. It's all over the internet. They don't have to pay money for it. They don't want to give you money for it. If you have artists touch it up to an acceptable state, you're still using the artists. If you use it for tiny little things, it's like, what's the fucking point?
I like people in chat saying, check the eShop. Yeah, no, the eShop is
real games that people look at.
The eShop like, by mass is 95% potato game.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We drink soda, we eat pizza, I know. But like we're in this weird place where everybody's like, well, it has to be useful somehow. It's like you can't just put shit that comes out of it into your game. You really can't put audio that comes out of it into your game.
Well, I mean, we just came here from the Mind's Eye DLC, and it begs to differ.
I mean, you can, but not if you aren't the dumbest motherfucker in the world who doesn't care that your product is bad.
I mean, I got to figure at this point, executives are doing the car recall algorithm on how much AI they can put in their game.
Uh-huh.
Like,
yes,
we'll use the slop. If enough of them complain, we can patch it, and that might cost less than doing it right the first time. Also, there's a chance we don't have to patch it at all, and there is no amount of actual risk that will defer me from infinite money.
It really does feel like that thing. Like, well, this must be good for something.
It has to be. It's new and magic.
Yeah, it's really good at ruining production.
Like, did you see that? Did you see that the amount of money? Because Claude, like a lot of these things are moving to token-based billing instead of subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
So they are now more expensive than hiring a person in many cases.
Yep.
Yeah. You'd think that would be the final straw of like, oh, this won't work.
It is going to be the final straw. It just hasn't fully rolled through yet. Like, they haven't comprehended it yet. But one part was like, yeah, we went from if you get this much for $40 to that costs $1,200 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and the worst part is CEOs would rather pay Claude than actual people.
I don't know.
So even if it's more.
I've heard some stories about people rediscovering interns.
Yeah. See, now, Bob, that's not true. They can't abuse Claude.
I mean, the real sick ones can.
Oh, man.
But yeah, and like, you can't really use vibe coding in games. Like, I'm sure some games have had it, but like, games are an environment where things need to be highly optimized.
Well,
unless you're on Unreal Engine 5.
Right. I was like, well, these consoles are
it's
so
an
powerful
environment
now.
where it's an environment where you just can't give a shit about where you are not allowed to just not give a shit about how much Chrome your shit needs. Like, you have to make it fit on these things. And Claude code is poorly annotated and difficult. It's difficult to fix that shit once it's in there.
Yeah, they're gonna try their best, I imagine, not to rely on coding from these AI things, except for small, specific things that are segmentable. Except for absolute dipshits who really deploy it on the big scale. I think the larger concern is the artistry, the voice acting, all of that stuff, the performances. We're gonna hit a game that has an AI song in it at some point.
That is going. I'm not sure, because it's so obvious, and like Spotify is already eating shit over this. Like, people are screaming at them, like normal people who don't have a stake in this are screaming like, "What is this dog shit you're giving me? What is this utter fucking trash? You're filling your platform with garbage."
Hey, Bob, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
After playing Saros, are you excited for Interstellar, the Heretic Prophet, or whatever?
No.
Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet?
At least that'll be a linear game.
I'm just saying, plot-wise, how much do you think that'll completely land differently?
It better be land completely differently.
It's gonna be such fucking trash on that account.
It was funny because while playing Soros, I was honestly like, wait a second, this is reminding me of that Guardians of the Galaxy game, but that did it better, and I thought that did it bad.
Of course, I don't doubt that for a second.
And I assume that the Heretic Prophecy will just be the same story again from Guardians of the Galaxy, but done worse.
Except kind of racist, probably.
Oh yeah, probably.
Because it'll be about space Muslims. I'm sorry, a wholly original religion that has never been seen before that was sprung from Neil Druckmann's mind.
Yes.
And then the game won't sell enough and he'll be decapitated on the promenade in front of Sony's offices. It's fucked up that now it's like, it seems so likely now that game does not sell anywhere near as well as The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm. And Last of Us 2 didn't even sell as well as they wanted it to.
Yeah, and this game is going to have been in development longer.
Man, crazy they didn't try and rework the assets they made for Last of Us multiplayer into something.
It's crazy that all that shit happened with The Last of Us 2 completely destroying their reputation in the industry and completely fucking up their workflow, and they just seemingly did fucking nothing to fix that.
Yeah, no, it's honestly wild that Sony didn't come in there to basically try and write that studio.
I don't think they have the ability.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anybody at that company that can do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All of them were like, hey, making service games for everything is a bad idea, and then Jim Ryan fired them.
Yep. So about how sycophants and morons all made their way to the top. I have some important breaking news.
Oh, yeah?
Matt O'B has posted an important image on Blue Sky.
Oh,
is it the KFC thing?
Or the $9 box feast is $12.99, and the $11 box feast is $15.99. What the fuck?
If the world was just, this would be the first, like, a 2-panel comic of somebody looking at this and then the Capitol burning down.
This is what the.
Yeah, no,
I can't.
No. No. Incorrect.
The worst part is
there's context for this, right? Like, this isn't what it looks like.
No, it is exactly what it looks like. A screenshot of the KFC app showing the $9 box feast for $12.99.
Like, you can't even call that false advertising.
Oh, did you see that the European Union took a bat to shrinkflation?
Oh, yeah?
No.
They were like, they got, I forget which candy company it was, but one's like, you reduced the size of your product by 10% and didn't change anything about your packaging. You're not allowed to do that.
Dope.
You need to make it obvious that this is less than it used to be.
Good.
Oh.
Nice.
Which, I knew this and no one said anything, but the comments may need to hear this too. Matt O'B clarifies, both on Blue Sky and in our chat, pickup prices, not delivery.
Yeah, so that should just be the regular price of the thing.
Yeah, this isn't a fee from using a mobile delivery app. That's the fucking price of you going to the fucking place and getting it.
God.
We live in such stupid times.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
So because I went to Blue Sky to see this, I also saw the Dunkin' bucket. I kind of forgot they had a straw stuck in them.
Yeah.
I thought this was something you were supposed to share, but clearly not.
No.
How long are they going to have this Dunkin' bucket? Does it say?
It just says it starts on the 22nd.
I guess.
Do you think it'll survive until the 24-hour Wii U stream? You might need it.
There you go. Price to be announced. 1 bucket with the purchase of iced coffee or refresher only. Geez, you won't fill it with cold brew? You don't trust me to drink 48 ounces of cold brew?
That's so hateful of them.
I know. I'll be honest. Here's why I have no interest in this, genuine interest in this. I can make this. I have an espresso machine now. I can make that mistake. And frankly, I had a quad shot espresso drink this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I basically made that mistake. I did it on an accident. I was supposed to be sipping it, but then it was the only drink I stuck on my desk, and I accidentally drank it all immediately. And I was like, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck!"
What's the next stream goal? Buy the machine that makes the fucking death lemonade.
But yeah, no, I feel like there's a very high probability that Bob and I get Dunkin' Buckets that Friday and have them on stream. Then chat judges me.
They're probably gonna charge a lot, but I don't care. I need this.
Yeah, it's way too funny.
And then Twitch like gives you guys a 3-day ban, like you were doing drugs on stream.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Christ on a cracker.
Chris's new thing is he's gonna get into boomer YouTubing, so he's practicing all the catchphrases. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I need to break out the Jesus Christ jumping on a pogo stick. It's like boomer AVGN, even though he's like 15 years older than me.
You know, it's worth noting. I went off and did my side project, the VTubing channel. Aggro and Chris, when are you gonna do your side projects? The most sinister fucking YouTube Shorts channels one can conjure with their minds.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing a YouTube short channel, and also doing it on Reels and TikTok, and being like, can I cause an international incident? That's on my bucket list.
Me and my friends have the constant thing going of like, if I start making YouTube shorts, how long can I go before getting called a slur? YouTube Shorts does one thing consistently for all my trans VTubing friends when they make them. You would be surprised. What?
I assume it would be less than a day.
Okay. These are good bids. Chris, how long do you think it'll take? 1 day?
I would
2 days?
the moment the algorithm starts showing it to people probably.
Yeah.
Like, I just assume if you're obviously transgender, it will be immediate.
Mm-hmm.
Although it might take a little bit of time, though. Those platforms lean younger.
It's really irrelevant. This is a trick question. YouTuber is already a slur.
Oh. Just like asking to tax the rich is just like being racist.
Oh my god! I just the emotion that thing elicited wasn't anger. It wasn't confusion. It very, very specifically, I wanted to hit him with a chair. In my bones, I wanted to feel like rattan and upholstery in my hands as they splintered across his fucking face.
See, Bob, this is why Aggro makes such a good creative consultant on our Zatoichi style series, where Aggro goes and physically accosts rich people who are causing harm in the world.
Yes.
Anyways, did we have any other news? I think there's one more, right? Yeah.
42 part and full-time workers at Double Fine have filed a petition with the NLRB for a union election in cooperation with the CWA. They basically went, hey, we are owned by Microsoft and would like not to die.
Yeah, this is a transparent attempt to prevent them from being immediately closed. Like, this is like, if we immediately start a union election, they can't just close us because our last 2 games shit bombed.
Like, we made that game you've heard of, but nobody bought, and that game you haven't heard of, and nobody bought.
I don't think it's gonna matter. I think Microsoft's just gonna kill them, and they'll be like, no, look, we have numbers on what their shit did. This wasn't union busting. This was, we didn't need them anymore.
Hey, Bob, you
But
know
the-
what we...
Hey,
Oh, sorry, Chris, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about, but I think is highly relevant to your discussion earlier?
what's that?
How Saros selling like fucking garbage? Like it sold
Yes.
300,000 or something, I think is what was
Yeah,
alleged.
It sold worse than Returnal.
In
yeah.
week one?
Yeah.
In week one for a Sony game, that's awful.
Yeah, that might be the worst selling Sony for... God of War Sons of Sparta sold better.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like Sony is now I also said this about BioWare, but I really think these companies need to learn, like, guys, no matter it feels like they drank their own Kool-Aid a little bit, and it's like, guys, no matter how much you all jerk yourselves off, your audience is still meatheads. Like, the audience of a AAA game is a meathead, unless you're Nintendo.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking, what did Lego Horizon do? Well, technically, that's not a Sony first-party game.
And secondly,
and that was my point of
bad.
comparison. But yeah, it did sell miserably. Yeah, Chris, it's funny that you say that, because I'm going to hit the spoiler music for just a second. I wouldn't be surprised if Sony's core audience maybe is really insulted by the plot of Sarah.
Well, luckily, no one's gonna know what's in that game because it's selling bad.
Some of them are making YouTube videos upset about it, and they're dead right about what the game is about, while certain other people are like, the game can't possibly be that. And it's like, actually, the man who's clearly problematic and upset is dead right about what that game is about. So, yeah, I genuinely think there's some audience who gets to a certain point in that game and goes, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, I think there's this weird, like, it feels like that game development in a lot of ways has become this weird insular bubble. And it's like, well, we all like this stuff. And it's like, that's not what matters, sadly.
Anyway. Yeah. Should I hit the spoiler music, Bob?
No, I don't
Okay.
want to
Okay.
spoil anything
Okay.
per se. I just like that's it. They also completely forgot how to advertise, just completely.
Yes, they
like
did.
Sony can't do that anymore,
Mm-hmm.
which no one can. But
And like, if Sony would make a fucking deal with some of these other social media platforms, that would really help them.
Yeah, you can, like, even, like, not just Blue Sky. I understand that Blue Sky is old man social media.
right.
Why can't people post shit to, like, why can't you put, like, natively upload your game footage to Reels or TikTok? Like, why can't you cut a TikTok on the PS5?
Yeah, no, there's
I don't know.
all sorts of platforms that should have some functionality. Anyway, let's move on to Chris's news.
Okay, I didn't put this in news, but it's time for one of the Big Think Dimension bingo squares. Digimon Time Stranger has sold 3 million fucking copies. So what we keep saying about people want big budget turn-based games.
Yep.
Yes.
Yup.
Square Enix.
That game was $70.
Yup.
Yeah, you didn't put it in here either. But didn't the Falcoms thing come out?
Yeah, Falcom reported a 1,227% increase year over year in operating profits because so many people bought that fucking Trails in the Sky remake.
So
People want nice looking turn-based games. It is a popular genre. It is inherently more accessible, and you can spend most of your time and money on the story and the characters and the world.
Yeah, Saros is probably one of the least accessible games I've played.
yeah, it's so idiotic that all these companies are like, we have to make this because this is what sells now. And it's like, well, did you notice the reason
Turns
a lot
out
of
it
those
doesn't.
do well is because they have a lot of money in them and not because the hyper-specific genre you see it's in? Dumbass. As everyone tries to make the same 3 genres of games. Jesus Christ, guys. You're letting fucking Namco Bandai and Neon Falcom box your ass in a fucking genre you used to own?
There is a non-zero chance that Trails in the Sky remake has outsold Saros and will have outsold Saros.
Yeah, Saros is not selling well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God, everybody's so stupid. And they can't even pivot. It's like, no, it doesn't matter. This isn't working. My dick will be small if I have to admit this isn't working. Like, Jesus Christ. eBay has rejected GameStop's offer, calling it neither credible nor attractive.
Fucking hilarious.
Man, I don't want GameStop to like completely crumble, but this dude needs to be evicted from the company.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm stunned he got in there because his whole thing. First of all, he looks and sounds like a con artist.
Yeah, but that's
so
gives
him
you a long
going.
ways to say.
I don't even need any money. I just need a big payout if I make the company 15 times bigger than it currently is.
I mean, Sam Altman obviously is also just sounds like a crazy person, a sociopath, but they hire him. Like everyone falls for his stuff.
Did you guys see that the jury selection thing for that lawsuit between Altman and Musk?
No.
One of them was somebody was like,
"Oh yeah,
you hate Elon Musk. Can you put aside those feelings?" And they said, well, if it was a criminal trial, I'd be forced to convict, but it's a civil one, so I can be unbiased. And it's like, why? Because it would be a net positive for humanity if Elon Musk went to jail, but losing a couple $1 million won't affect him at all, so I can be neutral.
Smart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Harada has a new studio, VS Studio, under SNK. I say VS instead of Versus because Harada said it doesn't stand for Versus, but they do intend to make competitive games. It's bought from SNK. Harada has now, like, Harada coin has gone off a cliff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just wait for something horrible to come out, and then everybody posts him with the "Don't ask me for shit" shirt, like when they ask you not to support slavery. Man, I don't see why you'd throw in with SNK. They ain't been doing good even without the Saudi thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is a decade old, but people discovered it this week. Did you know that Activision has a patent? Oh, go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Bob. What were you
I was just gonna say, like, it seems like none of these studios or someone left a big studio and went over to make one of these other ones seem to be working out.
Uh-huh.
No.
There's no way that they're actually getting to make a game here.
Yeah, it's going to be like every single one of them where it's like, we finished pre-production and dead.
Yep. That's
So,
all.
yeah.
Wait, you know that big game you wanted us to make that we all agreed was a good idea? Yeah, well, we finished pre-production. This is how much that cost. Oh, we don't agree anymore.
I didn't know it was going to cost money to make this.
Fuck. Anyways, go ahead, Chris.
So people discovered this today.
Mm-hmm.
Not today, but this in the past week. Activision has a patent on a mechanic for multiplayer games wherein they will match players. They will match players who have not bought any microtransactions with players of a higher skill level who have.
Holy shit, that is naked.
We're hiring hot dudes to smoke while not wearing a shirt in your area.
Right. And but it works from both angles. If you buy shit, you get rewarded by getting a weaker person to stomp.
Uh-huh.
And I called out that it felt like they were doing this in their games, like around the time they made this patent. And there is no doubt in my mind that this is in every single one of fucking Activision's multiplayer games. Like cartoonishly evil.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, this patent's ancient. It's from 2015, so they've been doing it for a while.
I do love the comment of, this was a story like literally a decade ago. Yes, we covered it's a decade-old patent. It's okay. Covering gaming news means I have to spend 3 times in a single year reminding people the PS6 is happening.
Uh-huh.
That's the fucking field I work in, baby. At least this is 10 years ago, so it's like, oh, people missed this.
Yes, the Steam machine is in fact still coming out.
Yeah, object permanence isn't really... like, I understand forgetting individual games and things, but people forget really big shit all the time. Oh, we should explain the thumbnail. Mr. 2!
Yeah,
Beware!
Mr. Do Arcade Classics comes out May 15th, tomorrow.
No! Put him away! Don't let him come out of here!
Well, Shadow of Mordor's too short on the PS3. I know what we're doing.
I feel like it's probably going to be if Shadow of Mordor stops fucking working on the PS3.
It kills our
Because
PS3, and I'm
likely-
like, Bob, don't tell chat we have 3 PS3s.
So Xbox is instituting what is basically trophy level,
Huh.
where they have like an emblem when you reach certain landmarks of gamer score, and one is 5 million. Who in
Whoa.
the fuck has 5 million gamer score? I looked this up, and some people have 3, which is equally insane to me. That is max clearing 3,000 games.
Yeah, that's fucking
At
insane.
least. Because
They're
downloadable games
future-proofing
only
it.
have 200 or 400.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
There was even one for 10 million, but it was like darked out. Like nobody's ever gonna fucking get this. There isn't enough games to get that one.
That's so stupid.
I did see a whole thing of they're apparently trying to update a lot of the UI with the Xbox
Yeah.
Yes.
series. And I'm like, wow, this is 6 years late.
Yes, it is.
Bring back blades. Bring back blades.
I think they should.
Bring back blades.
Bring back Blades. Make that Blade movie.
I'm ashamed of how much I love the blades.
I mean, it's like
after I got a 360 before I got a PS3. So I went from the PS2 and the GameCube to the blades. I'm like, this is so cool. This is the future.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's really neat.
the blades in the Wii television OS paradigm, like,
Yeah.
they both have soul.
Yeah.
Nothing does anymore.
No, everything's just plain. It's plain as humanly possible.
Well, if we had a UI, that might get in the way of shoving an ad in your face. Anyway.
And Party Animals, that's a party game that is popular and launched in 2023. Announced an AI video contest with a $75,000 prize, and they got lit up.
Good.
I think
Yeah.
the game's Steam reviews went negative instantly. And now they are scrambling backwards going, we didn't understand how much this would upset people. We just wanted everyone to
That's
have a
the
fun
problem.
contest. We're gonna do a poll on if we should stop it or not. Okay, goodbye.
I think the poll is your mostly negative Steam reviews now.
Yeah, I don't know how all of these people are so insulated from the outside world, but somehow they are.
Cool.
That is all of my news.
Okay.
Somehow we didn't have events this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, God.
I guess they're all now charging, like they're holding down, charging up for the summer of gaming.
Wow. That's scary.
It is.
Anyways, as I just talked about, tomorrow Bob and I are going to be playing Shadow of Mordor on the PS3, baby, where apparently they ripped out one of the most iconic features of that game, and it allegedly takes multiple seconds to load the pause screen. I'm fucking horrified. This will either be 20 hours or much shorter because they ripped out a fuckload of shit.
Yeah. We'll see.
And then sometime this weekend, we're going to be playing Dead House Sonata, the new, obviously AI-powered game from Dennis Dyack, creator of Eternal Darkness and Too Human. And we're very excited to check this game out. We got a code, so we're very excited to check this game out and see what it's all about. Because we can only make bald characters for some reason, apparently. I'm very excited. Maybe I'll like it so much I get some AI merch.
That might be so that like the everybody is bald paradigm might be the most pathetic thing I've seen in a game since the women coming soon from Radical Heights.
Oh my god. I forgot.
Wow.
So anyway, Chris, what are you up to?
I'm playing Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. That's probably going to be really, really bad.
Exciting.
Hey, Agra.
Hey.
Been a while since we checked in. What do you got going on in the next week?
Well, I did have this thing going where I was trying to train ferrets to latch on to one another, front paws to back paws, to create living chains that would then weave themselves into blankets. It was a whole thing. I was gonna, but I think I might actually be coming down with something. So probably curling up under a blanket and reading a book and Googling how to get that ferret smell out of my house.
Okay, that's good luck. Good luck. Good luck with that. That's gonna do it for this episode. A big thing to mention. Good night. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of Big Thing to Mention. Big Thing to Mention is possible because of you and your support over at patreon.com/GBpodcast, where you can get access to commentary tracks for movies, Armchair Devs extras, Gamer Premonitions extras, and also early access to Chugging Bleach, which is coming up. Bleach is gonna end soon. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. That's patreon.com/GBpodcast.